Welcome to the show. It's one more, and I'm out of here, coming to you live from the Illegal Shift Studios. I'm John. We're live tonight doing something we've never done before. A lot of you approached me in my DMs today on social media saying, John, why are you going live? Couldn't think of a good reason. Got nothing for you. Other than our show normally airs on Wednesday, which is Christmas Day. I'm not going to be doing anything on Christmas, except possibly watching football on Netflix and trying to live stream it. So, again, what am I doing? Joining me, as always, is the owner of this channel, Jason Kiefer. He's a fireman fighter somewhere in the American Rust Belt. Kiefer, how is today football for you? We got a Bengals clip I got to play, but congratulations to your Bengals for winning against your hated enemies, the Cleveland Browns. You hate them.
The Battle of Ohio.
You hate them, so good job.
Yeah, I've got nervous tension because Bengals need a lot of work. A lot of help.
Need a lot of work, but they could win, couldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to win out. I think we can do it, but it's nerve-wracking because we shouldn't even be in this position.
Yeah. It's going to be a different episode today because we're live streaming each of us into our respective homes. You can see I'm live streaming this pizza commercial. We're watching Buccaneers at Cowboys, and this is going to be an exciting game. You know why, Keith?
Why?
I can't think of a good reason. The Cowboys have been eliminated from playoff contention today by the Redskins win. And so, in some sense, I could just sit back and relax and enjoy the game for whatever it is. The Cowboys are seriously lacking depth. It's pretty much not even the starting Dallas Cowboys. Lots of problems. Even if things were going well in Dallas in terms of our injuries, player and personnel, and everybody that was available, I don't think it would be going well anyway. Big question was asked to me this weekend by the family visiting. Mike McCarthy going to return. Even if we lose tonight and we lose against our division rivals for the rest of the year, the Redskins and the Eagles, that'll help us in the draft. It'll help get rid of Mike McCarthy. I'm going to call this rock bottom. Only Brandon Aubrey getting hurt tonight, or perhaps a career-ending injury for anybody. DeMarcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons. Only somebody like that could really bring me down. I'm tempting fates by saying that. I'm probably going to make that happen. So, dangerous. Kiefer, did you want to talk about Joe Burrow today?
Oh, man.
Let's play the clip.
Yeah, play the clip first, then we'll talk.
Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. We're live. This is live. This is different for a podcast. I don't know if anyone will listen to this week. It's a weird week when you're podcasting. People don't normally listen to podcasts, but I was coming across things prepping for the show, and I came across this wondrous clip of Joe Burrows. Is it Burrow or Burrows?
Burrow.
OS. In my graphic, he has an S, so I don't know. But he's breaking his back for this team. Let's go to the clip.
Pocket collapses. Burrow stumbling and just masterfully gets it to Higgins. Just otherworldly. Pocket.
Truly otherworldly. He doesn't practice for things like this. It's not like he goes out there and flings himself on the ground.
Right.
Look at this. Look at his perfect form from the waist up. This guy could play quarterback in a wheelchair. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he looks like a sphinx.
He does. He's not just because he's totally inscrutable. What is he thinking? What is he feeling? He's defying generations of archaeologists. But here he is. He's going down, but it's not over for Joe Burrow with no S. He is looking for T. Higgins down there and in the end zone. And even from this position, he's able to successfully launch a football forward into the end zone.
Higgins, just otherworldly.
Truly otherworldly. Good job to Joe Burrow. We'll probably play that later throughout the night as we get bored. The game doesn't start for about 15 minutes. So we could talk about some other things. I know that Mike Evans is going for a record. He's chasing Jerry Rice's record. Have you read anything about this?
I have not seen it.
Oh, okay.
But I will.
Well, then I alone will talk about this tonight. By the way, what are you drinking? What's your choice of beverage tonight?
I'm gonna shock everybody. It's Miller Lite.
Miller Lite. Okay. Am I allowed to comment on that?
Yes.
Can I comment on the stand up to all hate commercial? Am I allowed to just comment on everything in front of me like a kid?
Yes.
Stand up to all hate. Give me a break, Shaq. All right. This is from NFL. Attainable records set by Jerry Rice are few and far between, but Mike Evans, who is playing tonight for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, has one squarely in his sights. After extending his record of consecutive 1,000 yards receiving seasons at the beginning of the career to 10 seasons. Buccaneers wide receiver is now just one more similar year away from tying Rice's all-time record for consecutive such seasons. Now, I think that he has to get something like 251 yards in the next 3 games, which means he's got to be productive. And if you look at his history, at some games this season, he had 3, by the way, that he was injured for, so he could have already broke the record. But
yeah,
he's going to have to be working hard tonight, and I think Dallas's defense is going to be amenable to that. I don't like list off things, but that's one of them in the back of my mind because everybody's talking about it. Evans said Wednesday regarding Rice's record. That's been a record around for how many years now? 20 years? That's something I would definitely want to accomplish. I just want to help the team win ball games to be better than they were last year. You got to admire that attitude. Rice's record-setting streak ended with 11 straight in 1996 during his age 34 season. But I just really hate Chris Sims that he's about to be on the screen. So sorry. He remarkably played 8 more years after that and surpassed 1,000 yards again in nearly half of them. Evans and the rest of today's wideouts seem highly unlikely to repeat such a feat as playing to 42 years of age, but the 5-time Pro Bowler does have the advantage of youth on his side relative to Rice. Despite a decade already in the league, Evans only turns 31 in August. I was about to say he's been around forever.
Yeah, it does seem like forever.
Gosh, I was thinking about who is. Can you look up who the starting quarterback was for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the year 2014? I want to know who his first starting quarterback was, and then I want to find that person on LinkedIn and see if they're at McDonald's. Who's that guy? Josh something. I'm guessing that's who it is. But if you wouldn't mind looking that up, Kiefer, I'd appreciate you. He also would benefit from another year of chemistry with quarterback Baker Mayfield, who's doing quite well after both received extensions from Tampa Bay during the offseason. Mayfield and Evans outperformed most expectations in 2023 as a pairing and in helping the Bucs capture the 3rd consecutive NFC South title. Evans' 79 receptions and 1,255 yards were both his most since 2018, which is weird that, he's kind of having a comeback since we're post Tom Brady. But we got to remember that Tom Brady, quote unquote, the GOAT, he was also 45 when he was playing there. He tied for the league in touchdowns, 13 for the first time in his career. Did you find out the answer yet, Keith?
Mike Glennon and Josh McCown.
I was going to say Josh McCown was who I thought it was, but Mike Glennon, I forgot about him.
He got benched and then McCown came in.
You want to read a funny article, just read the Wikipedia of Mike Glennon in his NFL career. Mean. He achieved more than I could ever achieve. Here we go. Here's some highlights coming up of Joe Burrow pitching the ball forward and doing all kinds of things. If you're watching I'm watching on Peacock. I have to because I broke the antenna on my TV.
I want to know that story. I need to know that.
Well, I moved it slightly. It's a crappy TV. For some reason, the antenna jack is like it faces the bottom, so you have to go underneath with the cord. Which who connects an antenna that way? And my antenna actually comes out of my ceiling in here because I'm in the basement. And so I was just moving it, and all of a sudden crunch, and then I'm like, oh, it snapped off or whatever. I'm like, oh, it snapped out of the back. Like, I would have to solder this back in. I'm like, I don't have time to solder before tonight. So, and what's even more funny is that the Roku I had in here was so old that it wouldn't use the Peacock channel. It's like, this is before Peacock existed. But luckily I had already ordered a replacement. So it looks like the Lions have clinched a playoff berth, as have the Eagles. The Rams are leading their division at 9-6, and Tampa Bay is leading the South. Very exciting. This per the show that we're watching right now. 76% think that the Bucs are going to win tonight, including most of the staff there at NBC. They are favored to win by something like 7 points or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what the thing is, but they've still got a lot going for. They need to win their division. The Cowboys, having just been eliminated, what can they do? I need to look at the playoff picture and see if they can even play spoiler to the Redskins at this point. I kind of doubt they can do anything. I think that they're finally gone. They're finally done and over with. Which is what I would have been praying for now for several months, as you may or may not remember.
I was trying to find David J's comment. He goes, I got a prop bet on whether Baker pops in a Zin during the game.
Oh yeah. For some reason, people were making a big deal out of that, and I don't think that's.
Who cares? I don't
What is
understand.
the deal?
I don't understand why that's a thing.
I honestly don't get it either. Keith, did you want to open up tonight's show to phone calls?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, that'll be fun.
I just didn't know if maybe you wanted to do that. I'm trying to promote kind of a party atmosphere. I want it to feel like I'm in. I want people to feel like this. I want you to feel like an NFL player on game night, which means a stranger's in your home. I don't know if you guys remember, but lots of burglaries been going on where people are breaking into NFL players' house. But tonight, I want you to be the NFL player, and I want to be the stranger inside your house. So I want to be.
It'd be like Joe Burrow's house. Cool.
Yeah, like imagine me inside your house. So let me. I don't have that set up for this StreamYard, but I can set it up. I will just take two GIFs. I don't know, however long it will take.
It'll just take a Tua. So you got to get hit in the head.
Two GIFs. Is it 231-6916?
What?
What's my phone number? Don't say my real one on the air. My fake phone number that I use for comms. I know. You don't know.
Shit, I have to look. No, I haven't. I have it saved in my phone as comm center.
That's weird. All right, call into the show, 757-231-6916. You can be put onto the air. It's an unusual episode on One More and I'm Out of Here. We don't normally do live reactions to sporting events, but as some of you may know, or some of you may not know, we've been doing a sports show for about a year, and I'm guessing more people don't know than know, because that's just kind of how the ratings look. But
why do I have a different number?
Well, I have a real number that's for me.
No, I know. I understand that. In my phone, I have podcast comm center.
Well, that could be 848-COM-911. That's 848-266-6911. That's for our voicemails.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what I had. Oh, see.
To call in to talk to me, it's 757-231-6916. I believe someone can call me and test it out.
I love the fact that we're doing this. This is unprecedented illegal shift.
It's very illegal. Think about it. Some NBC executive's going to come in, kick down my door, and tell me that I'm having commentary about an NFL game without the express written consent of the NFL. They literally do a commercial saying you're not allowed to do this. So no accounts of the game without the expressed consent of the NFL, they say.
Oh, I'm trying to remember because now it's they're starting the intro. Is it
Carrie Underwood? Is that who it is?
Yeah, I was trying to remember who it was.
Who's your I like the Hank Williams Jr. one.
Yes.
Remember that from Monday Night Football a long time ago?
Yes. And it's funny because now Chris Stapleton does the Monday Night Football, but I guess NFL and Hank Williams Jr. had a falling out of sorts. But that's what I remember. Like you knew it was Monday Night Football. It was time. It was ready to go, and it got you jazzed up. Chris Stapleton does.
It got us ready for some football. It was a Friday night party.
Are you ready for some?
All my friends are coming over tonight.
I do like this live version. I'm glad we did this. I just got to get all my things in.
Yeah. So just to kind of set the tone, Kiefer and I we're not marathoners. We've never at least he's never podcasted 3 hours straight. I've done it before. For those of you who are subscribers to the Comm Center, I've done the after show for 3-4 hours before. That's the longest I've ever podcasted. It's a marathon. And, I'm delighted that I have a partner here that will continue to talk as I use the bathroom and things like that. So just bear with us. If we don't always have insightful commentary, this is meant to be watched with the game on. So if you're at home, turn on the game. Yeah, you know what? We're not going to be perfectly synchronized. Some of you are watching live over the air from your local NBC affiliate. There is probably a delay there because in case there's somebody's naked ass or a dick flying around, they censor that. But same thing on streaming platforms. On my TV in front of me and my monitor behind me, They're both playing Peacock, but they're not synchronized. You're about to see Micah Parsons like rolling his eyes. He's about to come on the screen and be like, "Why do I have to play tonight? This is so terrible. Why can't I be at home doing my podcast?" He'll come on the screen, and it's like I can see the future, or hopefully I can. I just want Chris Collinsworth to go away. That would be nice. But anyway, we're here to replace Chris Collinsworth. So if you don't like Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth, you can hang out with the guys from Illegal Shift. That's how this show's meant to be taken in. If you're just watching it to watch us, you're going to be bored as hell. And I recommend not doing that.
See, it's funny. I like Mike Tirico, but yeah, Collinsworth.
Mike Tirico's fine.
But it's so funny. Right when I got the studio turned around from One More and then moved it into Illegal Shift mode, they had Collinsworth's kid on the sidelines talking to somebody, and I'm not even looking at the TV, and I'm like, "Is that fucking Chris Collinsworth?" His kid looks and sounds exactly like him, and I'm like, "You poor son of a bitch."
He does have a duplicate Collinsworth who is like on the B or C team, which makes me mad because we're going to have a Collinsworth calling our games for the next generation. Like we don't get away from him.
Right.
It looks like this one's slightly ahead because this one's gone to commercial and I can still see Collinsworth over
It's
here.
the gift that keeps on giving.
So this one hopefully will be the accurately timed one. Although they look very far apart, which is very strange to me. I wonder if I could like scroll over here and like advance it at all. This is my first time. Be gentle, everyone.
Be gentle.
I cannot go. I can go backwards, but I can't go. Oh, it won't let me do shit. I won't want to do shit. Oh, well, this is just to make me look like I'm official anyway. So you could call into the show 757-231-6916.
Please do it. Please do it.
No one has so far, though, which makes me sad.
Yeah, that's...
Foxy has texted me. She's mad because she's finding out that this is not my real number. Well, it's still my real number in the sense that you can use it to get a hold of me, Foxy. If you called, it would say Foxy's calling, and I would answer and be like, "What's up, Falconator? Why are you calling me? You okay?" But you never call. You don't call to see how I'm doing or anything, so you don't really have to worry about that. You said that you were drinking a Miller Lite tonight.
I am.
I have some delicious peach whiskey. So,
ooh,
should I take off? How bad is it going to be if I actually start drinking before the game? Did you hear that popping sound, by the way? Did you hear that? Oh, so good. I'm going to try to take it easy on this because I'm going to be honest with you. I got lit pretty good on this the other night. So it's very, very drinkable.
So, yeah. So you were asking before we went live, like how I am or whatever. Last night, we had one of our sponsors for one of our charter sponsors, our buddy Dan Varner had his annual Christmas party. He's in a band, so he was playing and did a fundraiser for our Sons of the American Legion squadron that we're all a part of. And I was way overserved. I
like how you describe it. Like I didn't get blitzed. I was irresponsible. You're like, they overserved me. They ignored the canon of ethics of bartending and they overserved me.
There were buckets of beer at my disposal and I just kept drinking and my legs decided to not work. So
yeah,
I literally handed the keys to Jill and I was like, "You have to take me home. Like I cannot be here anymore." So I woke up this morning shampooing.
The floor where you just like all of a sudden were showering yourself and you didn't.
No, it's where you wake. Where shampooing's where you wake up hungover, but you're still kind of drunk.
Oh,
and then you're like, "Oh, the Bengals game's on, so you might as well drink another Miller Lite." So it brings you right back into where you were.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry about that. Sunday Night Football will resume shortly. Stay tuned for all the action live from Texas. I'm going to say lots of things like that all night tonight to make it sound like I'm official.
I do love the stadium.
Cowboys, 49ers are among NFC teams eliminated from playoff contention in Week 16. The Cowboys are out. We were eliminated prior to our game tonight versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very sad, but the Buccaneers still have plenty to play for. The 49ers are also out, which makes me happy. Looks like they got eliminated by the Miami Dolphins, which is hilarious. Arizona Cardinals, surprisingly, were eliminated by an overtime loss to the Carolina Panthers today, which I don't think either one of us called the Panthers to win against the Cardinals.
No. No, I was pissed.
But now the Cardinals cannot win their division, and the NFC wild card race is so tight that they are now officially eliminated. So that's too bad. The Redskins and the Eagles are still in it. Congratulations to those guys. As of right now, the Cowboys and 49ers have really nothing going for them. So, and the Cardinals too, which is not a team that anyone thinks about, but they're out again. Well, I mean, I guess there might be some. Who else was eliminated? Patriots finally get eliminated, or was that a couple weeks ago?
I think that was a couple of weeks ago.
By the way, can we talk about the games that happened this weekend? Did you watch that Saturday game, the Chiefs game against the Texans?
I saw most.
The refs were so ridiculous. Now,
oh my God, yes.
Without any, I have no cards in that game. I do not give a fuck what happens to either one of those.
And if anybody farted in the direction of Patrick Mahomes,
if he threw the ball too low and it was incomplete, and it's just like, oh, it's a bad play for them, but big deal. I would joke because it'd be like, oh, flag on the play, not Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes. That ball went too low. Repeat the down or whatever, and then they would fucking wait, and then they would throw the flag, and it would be some bullshit holding call.
Yeah,
but offensive pass interference and roughing the passer and all kinds of stuff. It was so obvious I couldn't even enjoy the game.
Do you see I can't remember the player, the broken leg. It was grotesque.
I didn't see his leg get broken. No, I went to sleep. I'm not lying. I went upstairs and kind of fell asleep. So where are you at? Has the kickoff occurred for you yet?
Literally they just kicked it off.
Okay. Just Kevontae Turpin caught the ball and he's fielding it because I'm trying to figure out where we are in this. This one's slightly ahead, so this one might be distracting. Offense is lining up 1st and 10. Cooper Rush started quarterback. Rico Dowdle running back. CeeDee Lamb, the only good player on the team. Brandon Cooks, decent. Tolbert, he's had some good plays. Jake Ferguson, also good. Look at our ailing offensive line. Brock Hoffman, don't even know who that is.
Never heard of her.
All right. I would like to see some passing. Do you think we're going to see any in this game?
I tell you what, I do like Cooper Rush.
Yeah. Looks like we just got a gain for 8.
I mean, I like Prescott better, but Cooper Rush is a solid backup quarterback.
I've seen him play in real life. He won a game against the Minnesota Vikings on Halloween a couple years ago. And funny story, I'm sure that those of you who watch the show a lot know this, but I've never, of all the Cowboys games I've ever went to, I've never seen the starting quarterback ever start. When I saw Dak Prescott play, he was in relief of Tony Romo. And when I went to see Dak Prescott, I got Cooper Rush. So looks like a pass to the left. CeeDee Lamb's got it. He's pushing towards the first down, but he's not going to get it. Looks like they'll give him forward progress, but he was pushed back. It looks like we're facing 3rd down, well-worn Dallas Cowboys territory. Keith, are you going to take a turnover if we can make it to the red zone? It seems like Dallas leads the entire league in throwing interceptions or losing fumbles once they're in the red zone. That's kind of what Dallas's thing is this year. I was just curious if you think we'll even get to see that on opening drive. If we can make it to the red zone, are we going to fumble? It looks like we're at the 38. We're at our own 38, 3rd and 2. Looks like Rico Dowdle's coming out of the backfield. Probably going to hand it off to him to fire through. And nope, throwing it forward for a 1st down. Brandon Cooks.
We'll see. We still got some yards to make, but I think it's a good possibility there could be a turnover.
I just want to know. I want you to make a bet on it. I want you to risk some cash.
I will give you $5 American if they don't.
5? So you'll pay me $5 if they don't turn it over.
If they don't.
Okay.
Because I know you love your Cowboys, and I'm going to try to support you.
Foxy, are you here yet? Hold on. She's calling.
Oh, we got Foxy on the line.
Yep. Foxy, hold on 1 second while I bring you in. Be patient. Don't hang up. I have to get it set up. I didn't think about it first, which is, a mark of a true pro.
What do you want to say with Yahoo, the pinnacle of sports reporting?
Yes. Brittany, I can still hear you through my phone, but I've set you up through the Roadcaster. Can you hear me now? All right. It's still not working. I want you to hold on one more second. I'm glad that we're ruining Foxy's wasting her time. Rico Dowdle just pushed it across midfield. He's still short of the line to gain.
I'm trying to figure out how much further ahead you are. I mean, it's probably maybe
Foxy, I'm going to call you right back. Is that okay? All right, I'll call you right back. I just don't want to waste your time.
Probably 30 seconds, maybe.
See, I heard that time.
I heard that.
Yeah, that should have been Foxy sounds.
Let's see.
3rd and 2 from midfield or the 49 in Tampa Bay's territory.
I'm telling you, like I said, as a backup, Cooper Rush is a solid backup.
They hit the line to gain. CeeDee Lamb out to the left side. First down. I don't think anyone's looking for play-by-play commentary from me, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Foxy, can you hear it ring this time?
Yeah.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, Faulknerator. How are you?
I'm good.
You seem mad.
I realize.
Are you mad at me?
No, I didn't. No, I just realized I have fucking cop theme song as your ringtone.
You have what?
I have the cop theme as your ringtone.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's good to know.
At first, I thought it was my department because that ringtone specifically for my department. It kind of confused me for a hot minute.
Well, it's just old John from various podcasts.
Various podcasts, yeah.
Yeah.
And Kiefer
Kiefer from 2 podcasts. That's correct.
That's right.
Brittany, how are you doing tonight?
I'm surviving.
Well, what's wrong?
My son turned 2.
Oh.
I think I've come down with a cold.
So you started the terrible twos. Is that what's happening?
He's started way before now. Like he headbutts me.
I like how you're like, my son's been terrible for a long time. Thank you.
Oh, I saw your post about him headbutting, and it made me giggle.
Hey, you know what, Kiefer? That's fine. And then he'll slap me if I tell him no, and he'll be crying, and he'll slap me really hard. I'm like, you little asshole.
Are you watching the game tonight, Brittany, or are you just watching us?
I'm just watching you guys. I don't understand football. This ain't hockey.
I don't even know what to say to you right now. No, of course I'm not watching the game.
Foosball.
Looks like Dowdle just got another short
soccer?
game.
What is it called?
Well, Brittany, if you want, you could turn on the game and I'll explain it to you. Would you like that? We could stop having a fun time and just, teach remedial football for beginners. We could do that.
Oh, is this a free class?
Something tells me you wouldn't enjoy it. I just saw Brandon Aubrey go out on the field, though, so it looks like maybe they're going to kick. Is that who I saw?
Yes, sir.
That's terrible. It looks like they're lining up for a 58-yard field goal attempt, 4th and 5. Aubrey can do it. It's up, and it's good, which keeps me from having to admit that we were going to fumble on a red zone possession anyway. So that's how we get around that, Keith.
Yeah, and I owe you $5.
You do, but don't worry, I'll make a bet with you, and so you don't have to pay that at any point tonight.
All I know is my in-laws are probably pissed because I saw the 49ers lost. And I was like, oh, fuck. My in-laws are going to be pissed.
Well, 49ers are garbage, and they deserve to be sad, so.
Well, this is California, John. Like, I have family that like Las Vegas
there's multiple
Raiders.
teams in California, right?
Oh,
you could be Rams fans if you wanted to.
Oh, that's LA. Who gives a fuck about LA? No.
You could be Chargers fans.
I completely agree. LA could fall off the planet, and I'd be okay.
Probably still be a Raiders fan if you want. I don't think anyone would check.
That's what I tell everybody. I'm a Raiders fan just because that's what my mom taught me. I'm sorry.
What's your weather like right there, where you're at?
It's not cold. What is it? I'm looking at my watch. Hold on. It's 60 right now. And if you asked me the last time I saw snow, I was like 8. That was 1999.
A balmy 60 degrees.
It's so cold.
It's so cold. Oh my god.
I'm a desert rat. I'm sorry.
John, what's your temperature where you're at?
I was above freezing when I went outside today, so I don't know. It was fine.
It was like 28 when Jill and I rolled into the driveway this evening.
Oh God.
I hate it. But
You can move out here. We can talk shit about the governor out here.
yeah, old Gav.
Oh, Gav. I like
Gav.
that new stuff.
Such an idiot. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. What do you call it? California.
California. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm in one of the rare, like, we say red in my area. Like, Kern County stays red, but yeah. 83, Chris. Oh, God. That's like summer.
Oh, I love it. I would love that. 11:30.
You want to move to Australia?
I'm sorry, I'm watching football.
I'm just getting weather
Whoa,
reports.
John, I'm sorry. You interrupted our conversation, sir.
Sorry, so
What
I
is wrong
go
with you?
have at it.
I like the weather reports of our fellow listeners. I like the fact she said she even converted it to Fahrenheit.
Oh, is that Christy who's down in Australia, or who said that?
Yeah, 11:30 at night, 83 degrees.
Yeah, it's middle of summer there.
I'd
Isn't that nice? Sterling Shepard had his 2 girls with him when he was introducing himself. That's so cute.
It's adorable.
Did anybody else see that? Or
Well, you're a little bit ahead.
I'm a little ahead. So look out for it as the starting offense introduces himself. Sterling Shepard's got his 2 girls with him. It's cute.
Oh, number 41, Nick Vigil, former Bengal.
Is that who we're looking out for tonight?
No, not really.
He blocked a punt a couple weeks ago. It just didn't, turn out well for us.
I forgot he actually went to Dallas.
Yeah. Do you remember when he blocked that punt? It was the Bengals game.
Yeah. No, I definitely remember that one.
I remember.
Asshole.
Why are you saying asshole? I'm the one that's sad about it.
No, he's an asshole, not you.
Vigil is?
I would never say such words to you.
Well, I just didn't know if the Miller Lite went to your head. So just make it sure.
Not yet.
All right, Brittany, thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
Well, you asked, and I was like, you receive. And yay, sport.
Yes.
Yay, sports.
Thank you so much. It's 2nd and 6, Britt. Buccaneers are
Hey,
driving.
I'm watching behind you.
Okay.
On YouTube.
All right. Brittany, you have a good night. I appreciate you.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Yeah, bye.
Oh, and
See you,
Merry
girl.
Chrysler.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Merry,
much.
Merry Chrysler.
Bye, Britt.
Happy holidays. Bye.
I feel like we should have been paid for that with Happy Honda Days at the end. It looks like we had Baker Mayfield running for a first down, but there's holding against the offense. Number 68. So they're going to back it up.
So I saw a stat earlier that Baker Mayfield is undefeated in the state of Texas.
What a weird stat. There's only 2 teams in Texas, right?
It's undefeated.
Well, it's really hard to suss that out because it's like he's played for all these different teams. So it's like, well, I guess it's not that hard to suss out because you get an AFC team and an NFC team there.
I figured you'd like that, though.
That's a good, I appreciate the intellectual curiosity of it. It's just, I can't figure out what it means. I can't figure out the significance of that because which team did he play with the longest? Probably the Browns, right?
Yeah. I think it's the longest tenure because he's been with Tampa
So
Bay.
he would have played the Texans way more often than the Cowboys.
And then I think he grew up in Texas and he played his high school championship at AT&T Stadium. So also won there as well.
I went to the pirate ship. I don't know if you're aware of that. Me and Drew were at Raymond James not too long ago, and we got to go all the way up, do all the forbidden stuff. 3rd and 2. Let's see if they can convert here.
I know it's funny. I didn't get invited to that trip, which was a little bit disconcerting, but whatever.
I would have invited you. You want to know the truth?
You were going to go get remarried.
Well, I didn't get remarried, so I had a terrible time.
And then your whole injury incident.
It didn't work out for old John. Oh, look, one of those guys has that foam cap we were talking about in the spring. Those are horrible to see.
Oh, the Guardians. Yeah, the Guardian
I
caps.
don't like seeing that. I don't like the way that guy's putting his future first. Awful to see. He looks like a fake player. He looks
that one, yeah, the Buccaneers Guardian caps look horrendous. I've never seen
well,
one.
because it's not shiny, and pewter's an ugly color if it's not shiny.
Well,
They're all gonna look that way someday, people.
Somebody on the Colts, I think, was wearing it. But being white with a blue horseshoe, okay, I can see that. None of the Bengals that I've seen have worn it. I can only imagine what the Bengals Guardian cap would look like. But that thing's fucking hideous.
Yeah, it's looks are important, and Dallas is the best looking team, and so
he's protecting his brain.
Well, whatever.
Whatever, exactly.
I mean, I guess if you don't want to wind up like Antonio Brown, I could see that being another reason why you would do that. But
let's see. I'm looking at the chats here. we're happy, huh? I like it. People chatting. I like it.
Did you share this with anyone? Did you share this out?
To be honest with you, no, I didn't. Because I told you I was shampooing today.
Oh.
So I'm a horrible podcast co-host.
I put this out on my socials, I guess, probably a couple hours ago. But you know what? It's not a big deal. Let's just relax and have a good time. If nobody watches and nobody shows up, at least you and I get to watch a football game together.
That's right.
The way we were meant to. Can you believe at one point we were actually thinking about going down to Dallas for that December 9th game? Can you imagine what an unmitigated shitstorm tragedy that would have been on like every single way? Like we go down there, we have these tickets that are like we bought them when they were super expensive. Now they're cheap. We can't even sell them to like break even. Now we have to go. So we're going just because we have to go. Otherwise, we have to admit we were wrong for feeling hope. And then of course we're at the stadium. And you get a call that just like, personal family emergency has struck, and now there's nothing you could do about it because you're in Texas. I mean, it would have just been miserable. So I'm just glad that didn't happen, and we're making up for it now. So, and in a game that ultimately doesn't matter, that I can relax and have a good time.
Right. My hopes and dreams are dashed.
Yeah. Buddy of mine is a big. He's been on the show before, kind of in our earlier days when I just invited lots of people on. But he's a big Buccaneers fan. He said that he might drop by later. So there's always a chance that maybe someone else will drop in. If you wanted to invite anyone, if you know anybody that likes football, that'd be okay. You're like, I'll send a link to Rob from wherever he's at.
Oh, God. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be. That probably wouldn't be good. Entertaining. It might hit the algorithm a little bit better.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe maybe he would just get us pulled down right away. We're already pushing the limits as it is.
That's right. That's right. I told David J says I'm in the shower. I'd call from the shower. It's fine.
He has said that before. David, don't call.
I told Joe to call from upstairs.
Joe can call from the shower. I'm sorry. It was terrible.
I don't know how we do FaceTime. We got to figure out how to do FaceTime on it. Let's see. Jenny said I would call if I could, but have I'm going to assume nothing to say about football.
Well, she's a big soccer fan.
Yeah. The actual football.
It's the actual football is what we're watching. That's called association football is what they're watching. I wrote a whole essay on it. Don't make me read it live on the air. Every time I do that, they call it a manifesto on Monday morning.
Like, man, he seemed like he was in such a good mood.
I never would have expected, even though he said that he loved Ted Kaczynski all the time. I just never would have expected it.
It just didn't make sense to me. So while we're on commercial break,
should I do ads while we're on commercial break?
Sure, go ahead.
Folks, let's talk about protein. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can get protein these days, from eating soy things and special beans, I guess you could get protein from, but no other protein's quite as good as meat. And no meat is as good as veal. That's right. When a baby cow dies, it feels special fear and pain that makes the meat extra tender. So go out and buy a cut of veal today. Now back to the game. How was that? Was that okay?
That was fantastic.
You don't hear a lot of ads for veal.
Correct.
It's still weird to me to see someone wearing a Tony Romo's number 9 out there on the field. Every time I see it, it still kind of throws me. But that's Kevontae Turpin. He was the XFL's most valuable player. He weighs about 55 pounds, and he's the fastest man in the NFL. He's usually used on punt and kick returns, but they've been trying to incorporate him more into the offense as the offense hasn't been working. Oh, a huge one out to the left side. Brandon Cooks catches the ball for a huge game. Looks like Dallas is definitely driving down to have a turnover in the red zone. Come on, Keith. That was pretty good commentary.
No, it was great. I'm trying to figure out, because you were ahead of me, but now, for whatever reason, I'm ahead of you.
I think they just do it to make this process as bonkers as possible.
They're like, we'll show these idiot podcasters. We'll show them.
Yeah, someone's sitting around thinking about what's to be done about this Jonathan Bates. And for once, it's not the mayor. It's actually somebody way more important.
It's not the mayor.
Him and his cronies always trying to have me imprisoned in the zoo. I can talk, damn it. I don't belong to the zoo.
I have opposable thumbs.
Well, even some of the, the New World apes have opposable thumbs, Keith. Like, let's not draw lines that I can't get through, okay?
Oh, shit. All right, my bad. Let's see.
All right, 2nd and 9. Red zone touchdown percentage, only 48%. It's the second worst in the NFL. The NFL's average is 57%.
And Cooper Rush threw that ball like it was a hot rock and went nowhere.
So you're in front of me now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that didn't go well.
That didn't go well.
Yeah, see, that's like the one thing is you can know how it's going to go. And I'm like, my hopes are still up because I'm slightly behind you. And then, nope, it's 3rd and 9. So this, just for those of you who don't understand football, the Cowboys have 4 chances to turn over the ball, and this will be their last chance to do it. So hopefully they come through. And I'm going to say something's going to go off between the handoff between rookie center number 56, Cooper Beebe, and number 10, Cooper Rush, the relief quarterback. Here we go. Don't mess with me. You're messing with me. Hot damn! How about them Cowboys?
Not them Cowboys.
And you ruined it for me. You couldn't let me enjoy it. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown. This is how I ruined my birthday for that other lady at Buffalo Wild Wings. Did I tell you that story?
Yeah. It's one of the greatest.
I'm at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's a sports bar. There's huge TVs everywhere. Every time a Verizon commercial comes on, the red light cooks your brain because it's just everywhere. And she's like, there's this old lady. She's old. This is kind of mean, guys. But you know what? It's going to happen to me. It's going to happen to Kiefer slightly first. We all get old. We all get fat. We all get gross. And we all have oxygen cannulas. Well, for some reason, this old, gross, fat lady with an oxygen cannula is eating Buffalo Wild Wings. Automatic Aubrey, good job. Cowboys take the lead now at 10-0. Good job. Of course, we'll see what the Bucs can do as they get the ball back. But anyway, I am glad because on the 26th of September, which is my birthday, write it down, everybody. The Cowboys were beating the Giants, which is my second most hated team in the NFL. You can write that down as well. And the Cowboys were winning. And that was fun for me. I knew it wasn't going to be a good year, but they were going to at least they were going to beat that team that I hate. And I was the only one there that was super excited about it. But, I shouted loudly and for all to hear in this huge, expansive Buffalo Wild Wings, hot damn, how about them Cowboys? Because that's how I roll. Like, you can see that there are no Cowboys friends here with me at my house watching the game. Nobody will watch the game with me. I'm so annoying. But anyway, I do this out in public to the shame of my company that's gathered there for my birthday. And this old lady, with her like chicken all over her jowls, and she's smacking her lips. She looks at me, gives me a dirty old look like, oh, I'm ruining her good time. Second time it comes up, Cowboys score again. They didn't score a lot that night, so her night wasn't that ruined. I wasn't screaming a lot. But she turns and kind of gives me a nasty face again. And I said, listen, lady, just because you're dying doesn't mean I'm not allowed to live.
I'm going to live my best life.
We're both dying, lady, and this is all I have going for me. I wonder if Captain Mike is at work.
He
said, don't do chewing noises, Christy says. She's about to sign off.
No, don't do chewing noises.
Don't do chewing noises.
Yeah, Micah said hello from behind bars. So I'm assuming
he's at work. Okay.
I'm assuming he's working.
All right. That's too bad.
That or something bad happened to him.
Well,
we don't want that.
Well, whatever. In terms of him going to jail, it's fine. As long as he's working, it's fine.
I haven't talked to Micah in a while. We need to do another podcast.
Well, I was gonna, see if he wanted to do anything, but he's at work, so whatever, Micah. I get so sick of this. People putting their children in front of me, putting their work in front of me. Kiefer, what did I tell you? What did I tell you when we started this podcast together? What did I tell you? I said I can work with you, but you've got to understand one thing. I am all consuming. That means whatever it is going on with your loved ones or your life, I'll take a back seat to this guy right here because I'm number one.
I remember that conversation.
There's no shot. There's only shotgun in this car. There's no side seat. There's only back seat. And if you're in it to ride, and you're riding with me.
Call from
John.
Here we go. Here's another caller who probably doesn't even like football.
1 to send a voicemail.
Please tell me something football related, David.
The Buckeyes won last night against Tennessee, so let's go Bucs.
Yeah, Ohio State. Was it I assume that was a bowl game of some kind?
It was a playoff game.
Oh, very good. Who did they advance to?
Yeah.
Kick the shit out of
second round to Oregon. They're going to face off Oregon next.
They're playing who next?
Oregon.
Okay, Oregon. The Ducks.
Yes.
The Ducks.
Very
in
good.
the Rose Bowl.
Unfortunately, Kiefer, I was a bad Buckeyes fan. I left and unfortunately went on a date at halftime, so I didn't. So
David, I told you to stop pursuing love. I told you football is all consuming. I told you this.
It's a toxic nurse. I
was going to say, was it the nurse? I needed to know if it was the nurse.
It was the nurse. Went to a 40th floor bar, and had a glorious time. Yeah,
you got to be careful about those hospital employees. They could get a little freaky.
Did she?
I know. And
you do nurse things, do you?
No. That's this weekend in Vegas.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, that'll be the second thing in Endgame.
So no prostate exams or anything. Maybe in Vegas.
No. Hopefully not. Yeah.
What's his name? What's the nurse's name? What's his name?
Mean, just mean.
Clarence.
I love when you send shit over to one more and it's I was on a date with this nurse. I couldn't tune in or whatever, so I wanted to make sure it was still a nurse.
Yeah.
I keep up. I try to keep up anyway.
Almost got an interception there. That would have been nice. Looks like Tampa Bay's down to 3rd and 4. If we could push them back here, Dallas will take over again, and we might be in command of this game. That'd be exciting to see.
David, did you bet this game?
No. I've been passed out all day.
They're saying 4th down. The refs are calling it 4th down, but I bet we're so close here that they're going to go for it.
Yeah, fair point.
Am I the only one here who actually is into the game?
That's fucking close.
I'm watching the game.
All right. Sorry, David.
No, that's close.
No, you're fine, Tom.
Oh, he may have even gotten it. What do you think?
I think he got it, but
Now his foot's out of bounds. Here. There, yeah, I like how I'm trying to tell you when, like you're synchronized to me. Oh no, they're in punt formation. What do you think? Fake? I'm not gonna fake it. Come on
Dude,
now.
I was about to say I'm ahead of you all on watching the game.
All right, called for a fair catch. Turpin takes over. The Cowboys are up 10-0 as the first quarter kind of is trailing end, and I'm kind of surprised that the Cowboys are winning. Am I being punked? Is any of this real? Is this all AI?
Am I being punked?
Feels like it's not real.
So I know John commented about Mahomes and penalties and stuff, but Mahomes actually ran pretty well for having a high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was all made up. That's all part of the Chiefs are underdogs made up bullshit. He didn't have any problems. Don't fall for that stuff. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to run and get some ice in my glass.
Ice in the glass. I love how he made the graphics for when we have to either take a piss or, as he told me, I made it for you when you have to go take a shit.
Well, at least he's considerate.
No, it is amazing to me, like how they churched up Mahomes' high ankle sprain in quotes, and everyone's talking like, oh, he's played through this before. Which I mean, yes, I get it, but he's also gotten a little bit older. Each year, he's the beating that they take as quarterbacks, even though too many flags for roughing the pass or whatever, but. I'm like, okay, so how hurt is he? Because nothing, you can't trust anything on the internet anymore. Because then I saw one article that his ankle was wrecked and he was out for the season. Then you see another one, oh, it's a high ankle sprain or whatever. I'm like, well, he's played through that before and it's fine. But yeah, he was running around very, very nimbly to have that type of injury.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it goes back to like the 49ers. The 49ers like to always hold off on their injury reports until like the game time, so they're always like, oh, these people are questionable.
Because they have to release that by like what was it 10 a.m. the day of the game, like if it's an afternoon game or a noon game.
So it was previously like an hour to 45 minutes prior to the start of the game that they had to release the injury report.
Yeah.
And then once NFL started doing things with booking sites and stuff like that for betting, they had to change the rule about they had to release it earlier.
And I think it's selfishly because I'm in a couple of different fantasy leagues. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why do I not have anything that's saying that well, just hypothetically for today, Cooper Rush isn't playing. Like, I'm like, I don't have anything, and all of a sudden he's out. I'm like, shit. You have no chance to jump back in and adjust your lineup or whatever. But I knew there was a time frame, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was. But I knew it was they could run it pretty much, in my opinion, up to the wire.
Pre-snap penalty for the Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
shameful. False start on Terrence.
Well, Dak looks great on the boost, though.
Yeah, why is he
got
there?
A 10. He's he's just helping out. Looks like he's play calling.
I'm helping.
Yeah, look at everything that I'm doing.
I think he's contractually required to be there. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Jill said in the chat, the refs probably show up with flowers for him when he's in the hospital getting X-rayed.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means, Joe. Do you think they like Dak Prescott? Because I've seen no evidence of that.
No, talk about Mahomes.
I was going to say that they probably do for Mahomes. Did you ever see those reels I sent you where they completely like the AI all the refs so that it's like like flag on the play? You looked at Lord God Mahomes funny automatic Chiefs win. You seen any of those? I should play them on the show. I might as well.
I mean, the refs used to do that with Brady. Like, you couldn't touch Brady for the longest time without getting a flag.
Absolutely right. Yeah. And if you think about it, if you think
John,
about
hit my pause button. My turn.
I'll send you to a break, and I'll take over from here. But if you think about it, it makes sense how much the NFL is driven by money and how much money they have invested in these specific players. If Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady or any of these other big draws got career-ending injuries. Just the shortfall of money that it would be for various teams and for the league itself, merchandise, ticket sales.
True.
They
I mean,
go
the
really
NFL
far
only
to
cares
protect
about
these
the QB.
guys. Go ahead, David.
Yeah. Well, the NFL only cares about the QB. They don't care about the defensive players. They don't care about the linemen, because like you're looking at all these Saturday games, right? And all these teams that played on Saturday are now turning around and having to play on Christmas. So they get like a 4-day break. Who's going to be more tired out of the team? The O-line, the defense, the QB's not going to be tired. So I mean, it's an injury thing that the NFL just doesn't care about as long as it's not the QB.
The Chiefs do have to play something like 3 games in 11 days because of their turnaround time with this weekend and Christmas and things like that. So it's a lot of games for them. But again, it just shows their hand all the same, though, because it's them capitalizing on Patrick Mahomes as a commodity. They put him on TV this Sunday. They put him on Christmas Day. They're trying to get out as much Mahomes as possible to a nationwide audience.
Well, they also want that Taylor Swift money.
That too. That's the other reason why Chiefs games are unwatchable.
I just like it's just not a good NFL product this year. The Cowboys are losing. They're not going to the playoffs. It's such a horrible product.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what are we gonna do, Jill? Why aren't you taking over for Keefe? I'm just wondering why she's not jumping in there. Go on, David.
Yeah. But like the NCAA, like it's been a great, fantastic year for football for NCAA. But people still complain about the playoffs, and they're like, "Oh, we only want the top 4. We don't want the top 12."
Well,
all these, first round games are horrible.
Well, it's the same thing with the 7th seed for the NFL playoffs, is that they just wanted more games. It's about just generating more ticket and TV revenue. So they create an extra game.
Well, I mean,
it's unwatchable, but people still watch it.
Yeah. I mean, we are some degenerate. Well, there are some degenerate gamblers. I mean, some of us just gamble on everything.
Okay, yeah, you make a good point with the gambling.
So, but have they finalized next year's schedule for the NFL, adding in the extra week and pushing the Super Bowl to President's
No,
weekend?
that stuff will all happen in the off season. They'll have a competition committee will come together and they'll decide on how things are going to change. And the schedule usually doesn't even. I mean, we'll have next year's opponents because that rotates, except for the strength of schedule game. But we won't have the schedule probably till May, to be honest with you. And that'll be after the draft. I'm going to go to the draft. Or should we do a live show from the draft, Keith? He's not here to answer. So
that sounds like fun.
I'm back.
You're back. Keith's back, everybody. Do you want me to take down the banner that keeps everyone from seeing what you're doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Just stuff in my face.
Cowboys have the ball back. It's 3rd and 8 from deep in their own territory, and it's dropped. It looks like the Cowboys will punt the ball back to the Buccaneers.
I think we should definitely do a live draft one.
I'm going to Green Bay for the draft. I will be there.
You're going to be there?
Yeah.
Shit.
You want to come?
Well, maybe I'll have to figure it out.
Everything's really expensive, so good luck at this point trying to find a place to stay. You can be sleeping in the car.
Right. Maybe Jill and I can do our wedding up there for the draft.
You have no idea how beautiful Northeast Wisconsin is up there in Door County. It's extremely pretty. But then you'd only be married in the state of Wisconsin.
Who's number 28 on the Cowboys?
What'd you say?
Who's number 28 on the Cowboys?
I don't know who number 28 is.
Let me look it up.
Oh, it's Goodwin. Oh, Goodwin is. Oh.
Yeah. He's not a favorite of mine.
He's not a favorite.
Well, he might be good. I'm just saying he's not one of my favorites.
You're not going to like him here in a minute.
I should have all this stuff.
So, did you notice they took away the Mexico City game this year?
I didn't notice that, but thank God.
I think that was probably one of the better games because it was always like a SoCal team, like Raiders and 49ers and things like that. So it was always fun.
You're right. That was conspicuously missing.
So, yeah.
Do you think it was because it was an election year and the politics of Mexico, or why do you think it was missing?
I don't know. I think it's the NFL just rotating, because they did the Brazil game instead. They put more games in the UK and Germany.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when's that Germany game supposed to be? Is that early or mid? I can't remember.
I think it was Giants Vikings that played in München, didn't they, or Munich?
They did it twice because Panthers went out there.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
we sent them our best. Yes, we sent them the Giants and the Panthers.
I do remember.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they had like what Jaguars out there in UK for 2 weeks. And then I think Germany. I think they had 4 teams go out there.
Look at all those injuries. 11 games missed by DeMarcus Lawrence, 10 by Deron Bland, 4 by Marcus Parsons, 4 by Trevin Diggs. You want to know why we're not winning? That would be why right there.
Right, exactly.
I mean, wow, John, that's no excuse because you look at the Detroit Lions, they've got what 20 plus.
Yeah, and they're not
going to
make it either.
They're still winning.
They're not going to make it either.
Oh, Dan Campbell's going to take them all the way. Dan Campbell to the Super Bowl. Let's go. Come on, let's put it out there in the universe.
Who's going to be on the team at that point?
It'll be Dan Campbell.
The QB.
It'll be Dan,
Yeah, it'll be Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell's he's like playing two people on the offensive line.
He's literally on the line of scrimmage crying
Those are the shit.
because he's a very emotional fella.
He is. He's too emotional.
I like it though.
To be honest, though, can you imagine where they would be at if they were completely attacked? They'd probably be undefeated this year. They'd be looking at an undefeated season, probably.
I mean, when you look at Aiden Hutchinson, that kid going down, as catastrophic as that injury was.
Oh, Evans just caught a big catch.
Oh shit! We're chasing the record.
So good for his record.
What we say?
We'll get a second one. Don't worry. Just watch.
He needed to average what we say?
But 24 yards.
If he averages 84 yards per game over the remainder of the team's schedule, he'll tally the necessary 251 yards. So
he's got 26. They gave it to Mike Evans again, but it's not much of a gain. 2 or 3 yards. Second down.
I'm glad you brought that up earlier, John. Like, I forgot how long he's actually been in the league.
Since the old Josh McCown days.
Josh McCown.
At least it's not the Colt McCoy days.
Hey, I like Colt McCoy.
Both shitty fucking Cleveland Brown quarterbacks.
You said both, like there's not multiple of those.
I think the Cleveland Browns had a decade worth of just 11 QBs or something going on.
Oh, they've got more than that.
Have you seen the jerseys?
I've seen that reel, yeah, where it just shows all of them. Deshaun Kaiser
and they actually put like an attachment on the bottom of the fucking jersey because there were so many of them.
Did you see that one year somebody in Cleveland did their for Halloween? They decorated their house with tombstones of all the quarterbacks from the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, that's hilarious.
How many Cleveland Brown quarterbacks since 1999? Now let's add that up. That's 25 years. Keith, how many do you think there is since 1999 since they came back?
So 25 years. I'm going to say 34.
Okay. Now, David, over or under 34?
I want to say it's equal to, but probably over. I'll take the over on that.
All right. Good job, David. You got the over. 38 started quarterbacks. Only
$5 gift card to Target.
Yep. From 1999 through the end of the 2023 season. So this is actually not even up to date. This is only through last year. We've obviously had 3 quarterbacks this year for the Browns, I believe. Watson,
Winston, and
then that guy with the hyphenated name. Tampa Bay just got a touchdown. Congratulations to Bucky Irving for running it in.
We had to sit there. I was like, who's starting for? Because I couldn't remember, and we talked about it our last show, but today, again, I forgot. I was like, oh, it's a hyphenated name. So.
Yeah, and no disrespect to that guy. I think he's a fine player. It's just Tim Couch, Ty Detmer, Doug Peterson, Spurgeon Wynn, Kelly Holcomb, Jeff Garcia, Luke McCown, Kelly Holcomb, Trent Dilfer, Charlie Fry, Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Gradkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Thad Lewis, Brandon Whedon, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Connor Shaw, Johnny Manziel. Who could forget? Josh McCown, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler, Robert Griffin III, Deshaun Kaiser, Kevin Hogan, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor, Case Keenum, Nick Mullins, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, PJ Walker, Jeff Driscoll, and that's all of them. Jameis Winston. There you go.
Wow.
That's a lot. Now, how many quarterbacks have there been for, say, the Steelers in that same amount of time? Not nearly as many.
Oh, holy shit. Yeah. Probably 5.
Probably 5. I mean, Mason Rudolph, Russell Wilson, Trubisky, Ben Roethlisberger, maybe 1 or 2 more as for injuries. Although Roethlisberger was out a lot for injuries. If we're counting even starts for injuries, maybe there'd be quite a few more because he was down a lot.
God. 38.
They just can't get there. I wonder who has more, though, the Redskins or them, because the Redskins are pretty bad, too.
Yeah.
No, Cleveland Browns probably went through the most quarterbacks. Redskins were pretty loyal once they found a QB for a while because, I mean, they kept Alex Smith on for a while. So,
all right, Keith, you going to keep count? Steelers since 99. Cordell Stewart.
Okay.
Mike Tomczak. Kent Graham. Tommy Maddox. Ben Roethlisberger. Charlie Batch. Dennis Dixon. Byron Leftwich. Michael Vick. Landry Jones. Mason Rudolph. Duck Hodges. Kenny Pickett. Trubisky. Mason Rudolph. Russell Wilson. Justin Fields.
So we're at 18.
That's pretty close, too.
Damn.
But a lot of them were just starting here and there for injuries in relief of Roethlisberger.
Yeah, they weren't solid, solid season, season.
For the just to clarify, the Browns, like that was wash, rinse, repeat every year.
Right. Well, that's a big joke is, whenever a quarterback's drafted by Cleveland, that's where quarterbacks go to die. Joe Billy said, "Merry Christmas to everyone except Ben Roethlisberger."
You guys still hate him, huh? Didn't get over that?
Well, he's a rapist. So we're not fans.
Boy, we're just gonna get this show taken down by any means necessary, aren't we? By saying the R word.
Well, we're trying.
All right, Redskins. You guys want to keep count of this? Since '99, Brad Johnson, sure. Jeff George, Tony Banks, Shane Matthews, Patrick Ramsey, Danny Werfel, Tim Hasselbeck, Mark Purnell, Jason Campbell, Todd Collins, Donovan McNabb, Rex Grossman, John Beck, RG3, Kirk Cousins, Colt McCoy, Alex Smith, Josh Johnson, Mark Sanchez, Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, Alex Smith, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Garrett Gilbert, Carson Wentz, Sam Howell, Jaden Daniels. Whoa! Good catch.
We're at 29.
29.
Damn.
I wonder which team has had the fewest quarterbacks since '99. I wonder if Google will just tell me.
I bet your Google machine will tell you. Damn, that's a lot. I wouldn't even have thought that with Washington. But you're throwing the names out, and it made sense. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that guy. Oh, let's see.
StatMuse answered the question by saying the number one team with the fewest starting quarterbacks since 1999 is Troy Aikman. I don't think that worked. Yeah. That's all right. Good job to CeeDee Lamb. 98 receptions. 2nd and 8. Driving towards the red zone, getting ready to do their turnover.
What year did you say, John?
I just said
99.
99 because of the Browns. I mean, you could really use any year you want. It's 25 years at this point, but I went with 99 because that's when the Browns came back.
Let's see.
I found a Sportsnet stat from 9 years ago. That doesn't help.
Literally anything's entertaining, so go for it. Illegal motion for
You know
CeeDee
what's
Lamb.
funny is I got fucking Troy Aikman too.
Good job to Troy Aikman for being one of the best teams in the NFL. I think they might mean the Cowboys. We haven't had a lot of starting quarterbacks since 99. I wonder if I could name them all.
So since 99, Cowboys have had 6 QBs.
Let me try to name them all, if I may. Can I try to name them all?
Sure, go ahead. Go for it.
Since
Starting
99,
with Aikman. Yes.
Aikman, Quincy Carter, Drew Bledsoe, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Henson, Tony Romo, Dak Prescott, Ben DiNucci, Cooper Rush, Stephen McGee's probably started a game. Red Rifle, Andy Dalton started a game. Who else? Did Ryan Leaf ever start? That would have been awful. That probably happened, didn't it?
Shit, I don't know.
COVID didn't happen.
So I said Ryan Leaf, Quincy Carter, Drew Henson. Who else was in that mix? Right before Tony Romo, there was a lot of changeover. Who did I miss, David?
You didn't miss anybody for as far as Cowboys went. Just because Quincy Carter got busted on the drug test, and that's why Tony Romo started.
Well, it's why there was room for him. Tony Romo would have dropped down to fourth quarterback and would have been cut before the season if it wasn't for him. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Green Bay's had the fewest though. Green Bay
makes sense.
in the last 30 seasons had like 4.
Because Brett Favre started
one,
all those games. Yeah, you're right. And then Aaron Rodgers was pretty much an Iron Man too.
So the top 4 that I found were the Browns at 38, Bears at 30, Commanders at 28, and the Dolphins at 27. Now, Jameis Winston, I don't know when this article was published, but could have been 39th for the Browns. So the Bears and the Dolphins we didn't talk about, but 30 for the Bears and 27 for the Dolphins.
Bears, I believe. Bears get rid of good quarterbacks. So.
Right. No, exactly. Dolphins, that kind of shocked me a little bit. Just to be up that high.
Dude, the Jaguars, some sort of dark hole that nobody ever looks at the stats for the Jaguars. Because, I mean, they had to have run through QBs like none other.
Since I call him Sunshine, since they drafted Sunshine from Remember the Titans.
What? It looks like Jacksonville's had just over 11, maybe 15 since the expansion in 95.
Let's see. Jaguars quarterbacks. I like this. Getting the old the mind waves going. But you forget about shit. So like bringing this up, I'm like, oh yeah, like some of the names that John just rattled off for Dallas. I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about them. All right, let's see.
My buddy says he won't be able to drop into that. He says that his friend killed 2 nilgai antelope. I don't even know what that is.
An antelope.
Some kind of antelope, guys. All right, David. Well, I appreciate
John,
you calling in. I want other people to be able to call in if they want to. So I appreciate you calling in. We'll catch you back here, I assume, next week.
Yeah, just trying to bring the entertainment. Yeah.
I love it, buddy. Merry Christmas, my man.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, both of y'all.
Bye.
So Jacksonville Jaguars quarterbacks: Blaine Gabbert, David Gerard, Steve Berline, Gardner Minshew,
Steve Bauerlein played for the Cowboys too.
Yep. Jonathan Quinn, Trent Edwards, Blake Bortles, Mark Brunell, Byron Leftwich. Heard that name before. Jay Fiedler. You remember that guy?
I do. Also, Bortles, I think, was the guy that got Kaepernick benched, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Luke McCown. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence, Chad Henne, Rob Johnson, Cody Kessler, Jamie Martin, and Todd Bauman. So that's from 2000.
I like trivia night. Too bad we don't have teams here. We could play.
Yeah. So that was 18 quarterbacks since 2000. Let's see. What else? What else can we what other trivia do you got?
Off they got it. Dallas is leading 13-7. Bucs are driving 1st and 10 from their own 25. It's a running play from Ricky. What's his face? Sorry, I don't remember his name.
Ricky, what's his face?
Bucky Irving. Sorry, I'm not a Bucs fan. Ricky, what's his face? No, how's the ball? I've heard Bucky Irving. I've heard good things about him though.
I'm trying to figure out if the TV's resynchronized or what.
2nd and 5. Bucs are driving from their own territory. Motion in the backfield. Handing off the ball again to what's his face for what looks like a first down.
You know what drives me nuts is looking at the back of these helmets and like where they can put.
That takes all of us. Stop hating other people. Yeah, the end zone. Like, for the love of God, quit being a fucking racist. It's just like this is all just clear virtue signaling. And the thing is, I think it's been disappearing. If you look at some of the back of the Buccaneers helmets, it just says Buccaneers. I think they're moving back. But what's really bad, what's really ugly, is on the sidelines, you'll see some of these guys wearing sweatshirts and stuff that say equity and justice for all instead of equality.
Cleveland was wearing them today.
Yeah, equity is insidious. People think that equity means the same thing as equality. Of course, it doesn't. Equity means that we help out groups that have been held back in the past. You know, that they be given even more help than anyone else, which is reverse racism. Here's Ricky. What's his face? Surviving some contact from linebacker Clark, pushing forward. It's 1st and 10 from the 41. Mayfield back to pass, back to Bucky Irving. He's running. He's broken through a few tackles to be just short of midfield. From that, we'll go to 3rd down. Can the Bucs convert? Does it make any sense for me to be calling game action when I'm definitely not synced up with anybody else?
We all catch up to it, so it's fine.
News from the future. It's 3rd down.
I mean, so are the Bucs, and I know I can't remember if we said it earlier. I mean, the Bucs do they have something to play for, or do they not?
They're trying to control their own destiny
to
secure the
press
South.
1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Jill, I'm sorry for that shower comment.
That's okay.
I don't want you to damage your phone. That would be a horrible move. How are you, Jill?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas. I'm glad your Cowboys are doing well, even though it's ruining my picks.
Yeah, I don't think I picked them to win tonight either. So,
all right. I'm happy to lose if it gives you a win.
That's very nice of you. I'm just trying to enjoy anything at this point. So,
who's this Jill?
I'm just rooting for
Jill that we speak of.
I'm just rooting for what's his face, number 28. He's my new favorite player.
Number 28, Goodwin on the Cowboys, or who do you mean? Is it because I didn't know who that was?
Yeah. He will forever be what's his face now.
He's a wide receiver, I believe, but he's mostly a special teams guy, which is why I don't pay a lot of attention to him. And I love special teams, but I'm just saying he doesn't play a massive role in the offense. He doesn't normally anyway.
I'm going to get you a customized number 28 Cowboys jersey that says what's his face on the back.
I have a number 29 right now. Could I just put a piece of tape on it? Would that work?
Yeah.
I'll put a piece of blue tape on it, and I'll put what's his face on the back.
That's handy. That saves me even more money.
That will save you quite a bit. Doing a custom jersey of what's his face is pointless. Kiefer, I saw some old throwback Bengals jerseys, and I thought of you. Who's your favorite all-time Buccaneers player?
All-time Buccaneers?
Or not Buccaneers. I'm sorry, Bengals. All these B teams.
I'm going to have to say, honestly, it's tough. I'm going to go Joe Burrow just because he's a boss. But if it wasn't Joe Burrow, it'd be Boomer Esiason.
Boomer. Okay, Jill, who's your favorite?
I can't say who my favorite is currently on the team because anytime I name a favorite player, they either get hurt or traded. So I won't acknowledge current.
That's why I said all
players,
time. I didn't want you to risk yourself.
I think I really enjoyed Chad Ochocinco's antics and his touchdown celebration stuff.
Chad Ochocinco of all of those guys, of all of them, Ochocinco.
I love it.
Okay.
I love his bravado.
He was a memorable player, that's for sure. I remember when he teamed up with Terrell Owens. That was that was nuts. That was on the Bengals too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I will never forget. There's this pregame interview with Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens, and of course, both of them have these huge egos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both have huge egos. It's before the game, and they're like, "No, we're like the dynamic duo out there." One of them goes he's like, "I'm like Batman," and the other goes "And I'm like Robin, I guess." It's like you could tell he just wanted to say, "And I'm Superman," to kind of one up him. Right. But it's just like, oh man, these guys are talking about how they're going to be so great out there together, but there's some competition there.
Like any person, any man who goes through the trouble. Having changed my name when I got married before and seeing what a pain in the ass that is, any man who goes through the trouble of legally changing his name to force the media to call him a nickname that he just wanted to catch on and be a thing, respect.
What doesn't make sense is that it was 8-5. If you wanted to be 85, that's 85. Any other Spanish fans out there, or is it just me?
I mean, nobody ever said he graduated with an A in Spanish, John.
Or graduated with an A anywhere, possibly. But the thing is, he just delegated that to his lawyers. His lawyers made that all happen.
I love that.
Paid $1,000 for that. Do you mind if speaking of changing names, do you mind if I ask?
If I'll be changing mine?
Maybe you haven't had this talk yet, so this is not the right time or place.
No, yes, I will be. I will be.
That's very sweet.
It is a pain in the ass, but he's worth it. So.
Oh, I wouldn't do it for him.
I thought I was going to hyphenate my name.
Yeah. Kiefer, listen to me. You're worth it, but I also wouldn't marry you. So it's like, I'm confused, Although, to be honest, I usually leave Illegal Shift with some very confusing feelings. So
your hypersexual episode 2 episodes ago was maybe my favorite ever. It was hilarious.
That was very weird. I don't know what was going on there.
It was like hypersexualized sports.
Well, it's because we got brought to our sponsor was that Lights Out smut novel, So I kind of had to lean into that. You guys, if you ever talk about me saying about how tired I am and things like that, it's because I'm pitching ghost beds. If I'm hungry, it's factor meals. And if I'm talking about a woman submitting her willing body to deliciously dirty deeds, it's because smut is bringing the show to you. So
that's right.
And I wish I could say
it's a highly niche market.
I wish it's very niche. I wish I could stand up to it and say, I'm above all this, but man, we are starving here. We are hungry. We are a small podcast. We are not too good to say no to anyone.
Falk said it was a Twilight Zone episode.
It was pretty bizarre. Most people don't like hearing that from me. Most people like, that I'm not here to, be that guy. I normally leave that to Rob and Kiefer territory. So, but I hope you thought it was classy at least.
I think
Oh, it was the classiest.
Classy,
very
classy smut. I kind of walked that line.
yeah, it's the classiest smut I've ever heard, John.
Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that.
I actually think you have the perfect voice for it. You could be like a 911 dispatcher by night and a 900 number operator by day.
Do you have any idea what kind of freaks are going to call in the daytime? Oh my God.
Where you make all your money.
Oh, yeah. Go make your money. Go answer 900 numbers. No, the only 900 number I'll ever answer is 911. I just, I blush too hard. I would pass out. It just wouldn't work for me. So.
John would start getting lightheaded and pass out.
Yeah, I would just be too embarrassed.
His callers would just be like, "Hello, hello."
Yeah,
Are you there?
They would call in to make sure I was okay after that. It just wouldn't work out.
Yeah.
Although I thank you for saying that. I do have a voice that would make a crocodile purr. So Kiefer's got a good voice too.
Thank you.
He's
He does.
He's got I'm going to go ahead and abort this line of thought before I get any more deep into this about anything. Just moving on. Well, look at all those lights down there in Dallas. Boy, I sure would like to go to Dallas this time of year. Changing subjects rapidly.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? God's sakes. Very embarrassing, Joe.
Oh, let's see. Who else we got? Bosco said he could radio DJ at the R&B station.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the radio stations are run by AI now, believe it or not.
Yeah. And radio is...
And yet AI couldn't tell us which quarter or which team had the fewest NFL quarterbacks since 99.
Well, no, the answer is Troy Aikman. So.
Although David said I was close. The Patriots were second fewest.
Boy, that's a good
99.
guess with Tom Brady and his longevity. I like that. He did get suspended, and he did have a year of injury where he was replaced by Matt Castle. When he was being suspended, he was replaced by Jacoby Brissett. But yeah, other than that, I don't remember a lot of people coming in to replace Tom Brady because you weren't allowed to hit him, so he never got hurt.
Right? He was the old age Patrick Mahomes.
That's true. NFL always has a golden boy, a golden child. They'll protect above all others.
Yeah. Right now it's the Chiefs, and it will be for a while. I think they'll until he actually gets injured, it's just going to be the Chiefs in the AFC for a long time, which really sucks because you guys are in kind of a window over there in Cincinnati where you could really make some hay, and it seems like the NFL is just against you.
Yep, it sure.
If you were in the NFC, I think you'd be able to do a lot better.
It's goddamn Bengaldom. That's what we call it.
Yeah, you got to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, which is more than I could say, though. So
we did. There's just no reason. There's no reason for us to be sitting where we are, record wise, when our quarterback's leading. Most of the stats, and our top receiver is leading most of the stats. And then we have a defensive end, Trey Hendrickson, who's leading defensive stats. There's just no fucking reason. I don't get. I mean, our defense is terrible. I know why. It's just when you look at it, when you look at the numbers on paper, the record doesn't match up. It's crazy.
Yeah, shouldn't be that way. I like knowing that. I mean, I understand why the Cowboys are failing. Nothing's confusing to me. I don't have to deal with the misery of not understanding what's going on. It was obvious to me since friggin' January when the Cowboys got blown out by the Packers. I knew exactly what this team was. And even though we went all in, we did nothing. So, and that's how it's going to be this coming year. We're going to try to draft well, but we'll maybe get one playmaker in the draft, and then someone who will really impact the game, and then that's about it. Because that's but that's about as much as you can ask for in any one draft is get one player that's really a game changer. But we're so depleted at almost everywhere. Our offensive line just isn't what it was back in 2016. We need a second wide receiver to kind of get some pressure taken off of CeeDee Lamb's, like they're double teaming him every go. Looks like he's hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to say anything.
Well, he's getting up. But yeah, there's a flag on the play, so just perfect. We have a huge run, and now he's hurt. So, but yeah, defensive depth all over the place. Micah Parsons, D-Law is out. Hopefully he'll come back.
I think that's going to be offensive pass interference, probably.
What, that play?
No, defensive holding, they called it.
Oh, okay.
He's fucked up though. He's on the sideline. He's fucked up.
That's no good. Look at that takedown though. Defensive holding, penalty decline. Yeah, he's crying.
Man, he's got some pearly whites on him though. Holy shit! Look at that fucking grill.
Yeah.
Wish I had those. I don't.
Jill, who's the best looking man in the NFL?
Oh, good question.
I think Joe Burrow.
I knew you would say that. But based off of how he's dressed, did you want a second run at that question? Would you go on a date with him looking like a strip of? He looks like a strip of fruit stripe gum. You're going to go on a date with him looking like that?
Yeah, he kind of looked like he was wearing the carpet from like any movie theater in the 90s.
That's super accurate, Joe. So with that in mind, like, that's part of the looks. They say clothes make the man. So I can't just dismiss that. With that in mind, did you maybe want to go on a date with TJ Watt instead, or?
I mean, I'm a spoken for woman, so I'm not going to go on a date with anybody. But
if you say Travis,
did you know that this is not a booking
Travis
agency?
Kelce, I'm taking the ring back.
I cannot actually book you on a date with TJ Watts. This is all hypothetical.
I know. I'm just running through like roster pictures in my mind. I mean, just looks wise, just going on looks, it's Joe Burrow. The clothing does knock him down a couple notches though. Although I will say he is still way more attractive than whatever that model was that was in his house when it got broken into. She's unfortunate looking.
I don't think I saw a picture of her.
Yeah, she's not
Exactly.
She's not great.
She might be tall and skinny, but she's not cute.
His house break-in. I think she had something to do with it. But that's
She orchestrated it.
Yeah, it was an inside job. That's hearsay.
He opened the sliding glass door and let the people through the woods.
Yeah. But if you just said Travis Kelce, like I said, I was taking the ring back.
I'm trying to see. Yeah, I would have also taken my ring back, even though I never offered one. But I would have proactively just said no. I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of her. Do you know what her name is?
Oh, what is her name?
No.
Hold on.
I don't know what her name is.
And is she his girlfriend or who is she?
Yeah, they're seeing. I don't think he's officially called her his girlfriend, but they're
not official.
dating.
Okay. All right. I think I found a picture of it. So we'll get it. We'll get that in here. Because she's not bad looking, I guess.
Taylor Swift.
She's not bad looking in my opinion, but in my opinion, she's pictured here with Joe Burrow. He looks terrible.
Really?
Jill, I'm trying real hard not to
God.
judge you. Trying real hard not to judge you right now. Guys, folks out there, one more about it for this if Jill wasn't spoken for, she could date an NFL star. This is who she'd be dating. So,
and unfortunately, she's stuck with me.
Yep. Congratulations on being stuck with Keith, because you're better off than that guy. So congratulations. But he looks rough there. I guess I know he probably hurt his back today, but he looks like he's been watching his own Bengals games this year. He looks a little depressed. So now we are 1st and 10 from the 11. This is our first chance to fumble it in the red zone here. Looks like we have a run for no gain. Number 9, Wig, 55 pounds, is picked up and thrown back. Cavante Turpin weighing about as much as a extra large Thanksgiving turkey. He's been thrown away from the line to gain.
Olivia Ponton. That's her name.
Yeah.
Did you actually want me to look her up? Because I just wanted to do the bit where it's cracked out Macaulay Culkin as Joe Burrow.
No, I'm just giving you knowledge. That's all.
That's good to learn.
It's good to learn.
It's good to learn that. Well, let's see who the internet says the most handsome man in the NFL is, just because you seem pretty well decided. Jimmy Garoppolo.
Are you shitting me?
Well, this is
he's cute.
This is from AI. This is from various sources across the web, so we don't have to like argue or anything. But Harrison
Yeah, he's
Butker.
attractive.
Harrison Butker, apparently pretty good looking.
Okay, I can see it.
T. Higgins on this list. You didn't mention him.
True.
You're just
He's a
like,
handsome
maybe we
fellow.
don't need to open up any questions about why I didn't look at him. You get a touchdown here. Looks like we're just short. Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. He's a good looking fella. If he gets, he'd be better if he could stay fucking healthy.
TJ Watt is somebody that I guessed. He did make this list. And then since Jill,
I think it's funny that that's a list. I mean,
Is Joe Burrow not even on the
he's
list?
on the list. Just you already mentioned that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having to scroll past a lot of players here who I think won't make your list for various reasons. That's all. Just because they're not good enough for you, Jill. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm going to go ahead and screen out the ones that just aren't good enough for you. Guys, we got out of this one perfectly. No one even knows what we were saying. So good job.
You're ridiculous.
I know. And
holy shit.
hilarious.
Look at the fucking referee. The size of his fucking arms and his veins. Holy shit.
Is he Ed Hockley's son? Because Hockley was a big boy.
Is it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's got big old veins. Who is that?
I don't think that's Hockley's boy.
Oh, he looks too old. So it wasn't a touchdown, I take it.
No, they put it first and goal. That dude's fucking jacked. Holy cow. I could start an IV on him from across the fucking room, just throwing it like a dart. Jeez.
Jill, most unattractive player in the NFL. I've got Reddit pulled up. Who do you think?
Gardner Minshew.
Let me think of names.
Someone here says Lamar Jackson is one of the ugliest people I've ever seen. Marshawn Lynch's little brother.
Oh, really?
What planet did this predator come from? Do we get a touchdown or not? Ezekiel Elliott touchdown. Bizarre. Nice. I didn't even remember he played for the team. It's been a couple weeks since I watched a game. Good to know Ezekiel Elliott scored a touchdown. I'm so glad that his final play wasn't that one where he played center for no reason, as a practical joke.
Jenny in the chat said Christian McCaffrey. I know someone who would use him as their hall pass.
I don't know what that means.
Where you can go and bang them out and have no repercussions.
Oh, like that's like your freebie or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sanctioned cheating.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that up, Jill. I'm glad that you know exactly what that is. If it's not Joe Burrow, we're just going to step outside of the NFL. Who's your hall pass then?
Outside of the NFL, it would probably have to be like Ryan Reynolds or something.
Ryan Reynolds?
Maybe Justin Timberlake. I don't know.
Kiefer?
Teenage me would say Justin Timberlake. Kiefer's is
oh no, I was saying
you just
Kiefer.
recently changed yours.
I was saying Kiefer.
Oh, Kiefer's yours?
I just imagine he's got real fresh breath. He looks like a cuddler. We could watch sports afterwards.
That's true. He's a good cuddler.
Yeah.
I'm very affectionate.
Very affectionate. Very good cuddler. Aw. No, Kiefer, who would you cheat on with Jill for no consequences? This conversation is terrible.
Oh, I love it. It's perfect.
Correct answer is just say Jill.
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, she's older than you, dude.
I know. I get it.
Well,
Or Halle Berry. That would be.
No, neither one of those. No.
Those would be the two.
Oh yeah, Halle Berry's gorgeous.
No, nope.
Nope. Who's yours?
Nope. I just have no room for love left in my life, Keith. And it ain't you. It ain't nobody. If it's you saying no, then it's just me. Just nobody for all times.
Oh shit. Bosco said Anna de Carnes. Who is that?
I think that's the spokesperson for Arby's or something. I don't know who that is.
Ironic. Jill does the Arby's account.
She would know then. Who are you paying paychecks to be the spokesperson for Arby's?
Isn't it that Ving
Ving
Rhames?
Rhames.
Right?
Okay. All right. So Bosco's is Ving Rhames.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's see.
Kiefer, we didn't discuss this. Do we have to keep going through halftime, or are we going to take a break for the half?
No, we can take a break.
Do you think anyone will still be with us after halftime?
I don't know. I'm not sure if we were going to be here through halftime.
Oh, we could quit after halftime if you want. That's okay.
Anna de Carnes. Who is it? Why do I not know that?
There's
John,
Jerry.
who do you think is the ugliest NFL player?
Who's the ugliest NFL player?
Yeah.
I don't like Trevor Lawrence.
Sunshine? You don't like Sunshine?
What's
yeah.
weird is that he's easily the most female looking of all the NFL players. So
He is very effeminate.
he's like the one that I could probably sleep with without like changing myself because it's it would almost be the same thing. So I don't like the long hair. He's like Prince Charming in the first Shrek movie. Did you ever see that movie? Like back in 1999.
Yeah.
Remember when
God.
he was like shaking his hair out? That's Trevor Lawrence to me. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys, it's a dated reference, but I haven't seen a movie since like 2000. So
I have to hate on one of my own former Bengals. I do not think Andy Dalton is attractive.
oh, Andy Dalton looks great.
No,
Oh yeah,
no.
Andy Dalton's a good looking
No.
man.
Are you crazy? He's got that fire ginger hair and beady little eyes and a big beak nose. He looks like some
Not
kind
that
of
she's
ginger beak bird.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's easily one of the best looking guys.
You are insane.
Who's better looking, him or Carson Palmer?
I think Carson Palmer.
Let's I don't know how many
Yeah,
women
I
are
would-
watching right
I would-
now, but we should leave it up. We should leave it up to a vote in terms of I'll put up a picture of Andy Dalton. And we'll see if the ladies in this stream, if there are any, could actually vote on that to say, because Jill says Andy Dalton when it comes to smash or pass, she says pass, even though it could be financially advantageous, to ruin.
pass.
Look, oh my gosh, look at he's smoldering.
He's smoldering.
Look at that. He's on fire.
Oh my God. That looks ridiculous.
I'm very confused.
I don't know.
He could not have more red hair on his head than he has.
What's
right now.
wrong with red hair?
Well, you have no soul.
Okay.
Okay.
He looks-
Good question mark.
He looks like a Metro lumberjack.
Okay, but again, you said Joe Burrow was the one who was so attractive, but you have to look at the way that he dresses, and you're going to criticize some Metro lumberjack-looking guy? At least Andy Dalton dresses like a dude.
Bosco called him the ginger of
Joe
that.
Burrow and I would be having a little conversation about his closet. That's what we would be. If I were staying overnight in the McMansion, we would be having a talk about the wardrobe.
Here's a classic Andy Dalton. For those of you who don't like the lumberjack look, I'll see if I can find a picture of him back in his Cincinnati days. Very nice. Sharp. Very sharp. He's thinking about defeating the Steelers in this picture. He's thinking about it.
I see sharp when when you posted that. I see
Yeah.
it.
Look at that. Jill, does this not change your opinion at all?
No, look at his eyebrows. His eyebrows are permanently in like the villain.
They're
upside down
permanently in
V.
thinking mode. He's always thinking all the time. The thing
Not
is
good.
like you're making fun of his hair, but Joe Burrow very clearly has frosted tips like he's in sync or something. Like he's going to be
Yeah,
part of
and
the
I loved
reunion
NSYNC.
tour. Joe, what did you say? You
I'm
said I
all
love
about it.
frosted tips. Is that what you said?
I loved NSYNC, so that's probably why.
Okay.
Probably why I love it.
If Kiefer got frosted tips, would that be all right with you? Look at this man.
He
He's
would
a
look
hell
a
of a
little weird.
man.
I
Look at him.
already have
Oh my
frosted tips.
God.
They're just gray.
It's like looking into the mouth of hell. I'm afraid of him, but I respect him at the same time.
He looks like the fucking heat miser.
He looks
Oh my God, he does.
he looks like a fiery Pokemon guy. He looks very good.
pull up heat miser. Google heat
Pull
miser.
up. Yeah, you do juxtapose with the heat miser.
How do you
Those two
spell
pictures.
that? I don't know how to spell that. Heat miser.
It's
You guys are
from the
gonna.
fucking
Oh
classic.
yeah, he looks just like him. I get it. Very close. Boy, what a reference! I had no idea this was obviously, and
I'm old. You're welcome.
You don't know the heat miser from the claymation movie?
I'm sorry, I'm letting you down here. I don't mean to.
Rudolph, the claymation Rudolph.
I don't remember Heat Miser from that movie.
You don't? Oh,
No, was he on the island of misfit toys or what?
It's perfect.
Oh my God.
Pretty good job,
Yeah.
Bill. I can't fault you on
I'm
that one.
taking. I'm taking a
Oh,
photo of that.
touchdown Buccaneers! Damn it!
I think we both picked Tampa this week, did we?
We did.
Have we looked at where we are with our picks at this point?
Well, we didn't get off to a good start. I can tell you that because I picked the Broncos to beat the Chargers, and the Chargers won. I did beat the Chiefs. You picked the Texans. Where else are we at? It's week 16, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just feels like the season just started. To anyone else but me?
No, I'm with you.
This season has flown by.
What'd you say?
It does feel like the season's flown by.
It's gone by way too fast. I believe that I picked the 49ers to win. I picked the Steelers to win. That didn't happen.
I can't believe that.
I picked the Cardinals to win. That didn't happen. I picked the Eagles to win. That didn't happen. I risked a lot and lost this week, guys. I'm sure I picked the Raiders to beat the Jaguars. I think I picked the Niners. I picked the Packers. So yeah, I don't know, Keith. This is probably the week where you take a commanding lead, and after this, I have to play out of desperation, making crazy moves to try to catch up.
We definitely made some different picks this week. I just can't.
We finally took some risks. For the past 10 weeks, we're like, yeah, we'll choose one game that's different, and then I'll get one wrong, and you'll get a different one wrong. And we end up coming out on the wash. But I think this is the week where you take a lead. It's not insurmountable. I mean, we still have. I assume we're going to go all the way through the playoffs. I guess you're not committing to that.
No, we definitely are.
Okay.
I'm reading catch up on comments. David J said I was told no frosted tips. All I hear is O'Doyle rules. And Falk says I'm a married woman. No. Christy put in the chats, and I'm curious just and see if she'll comment back. She said, watch Shrek later. It hits different at 40. Why does it hit different at 40? I'm curious.
And I want to know her opinion on Carson Palmer versus Andy Dalton.
Brittany, would you lay with Carson Palmer in the biblical sense?
In the biblical sense. Would you lay?
If you were single.
If he was single, and he's not, and neither are you, Britt. So acknowledging,
Do you see he just took over as his alma mater's high school football coach?
Palmer?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, just took a job at his high school alma mater. Brittany says, "I don't even know who that is."
Brittany, you don't know who Andy Dalton is?
You have a communication device. You can
Brittany,
get on the internet. I know it's California.
Again, it is this man. You don't need to know anything about him other than is this man handsome? I say yes, Jill says no. And then after you answer that, let me know the left or the right, which one? Just because I still have that one in stock here.
I think the Heat Miser is actually more attractive than Andy Dalton because I like his sparkly.
Why is he called Heat
shirt.
Miser? Because he doesn't want to use heat? What does that mean?
I'm trying to remember.
He wants everything to be hot all the time.
Wouldn't that
he
be
wants
cold
he wants to
miser?
melt the North Pole.
What
Yeah.
movie is he in? I've never heard of the Heat Miser.
It's Rudolph
Like
the
the
Red-Nosed Reindeer.
opposite. He's like and he's like the villain of like the arch nemesis of like Jack Frost.
He's not in Rudolph because I've never seen him before.
I don't remember which claymation it's in, but it's in one of them.
Okay, it's not in Rudolph because like I feel very gaslit right now. He's not in Rudolph. He's probably in Frosty. That would make more sense. If he's trying to melt the snow,
maybe.
then he would be Frosty's villain.
Probably.
Potentially. Hold on. I'm looking.
So just to be clear, you would sleep with the enemy of Frosty the Snowman before Andy Dalton. Okay.
Let me just to be clear.
Looks like the Cowboys are driving. They're going to try to finish the half with at least a field goal attempt. They're getting close enough to get into Aubrey's range. Cooper Rush not playing badly tonight, I don't think. He's finally started enough weeks that he has like really, really good chemistry with the wide receivers. Prescott's been gone so long. 37 seconds left. They've got one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Bobbled but caught by Jake Ferguson, the tight end. They need to get set, though. 2nd down. Hopefully a slant to the outside, something that'll stop the clock. They do have a timeout remaining. I just don't want them to see them go full Bears. Oh, and it's a sack. Call the timeout. 3rd down. Call the timeout. Thank God somebody there's done it. I was like, oh my God, we got Eberflus over there or what?
No, the Heat Miser was in Rudolph. Just found it.
No, he was not.
He was.
I feel like I'm being Mandela effect. What was it?
He has his own Wikipedia page, dude.
The abominable snowman's the bad guy in Rudolph.
The Heat Miser is the son of Mother Nature, the half brother of the Snow Miser.
Is he like in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Returns movie? He's not in the first one. The abominable snowman's the bad guy in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. There's no Heat Miser.
God damn it.
Let's stop this show about football and do a show now about Rudolph villains.
Rudolph villains.
3rd and 15, no timeouts remaining. Cowboys are going to snap the ball on offense.
What the fuck was that? Yeah.
Deep ball. Tolbert bobbles it, incomplete. 5 seconds left. They can still try for a field goal attempt, 4th and 15. No flags. There should be a flag. If they were the Chiefs, there'd be a flag. It'd be pass interference, and it'd be 1st and goal. Yeah, that should be pass interference. Look at him interfering with him.
Look at all that interfering.
Look at him interfering with him.
So much interference.
So much interference. Again, if it was the Chiefs, though, they would have thrown that flag. If you think they wouldn't, you're crazy.
Your boy Aubrey came through.
Nice. Cowboys take lead 23-14 as the half expires. What do you think, Keith? You want to take a break or do you want to quit?
These sons of bitches.
It's your channel.
No, it's our show.
That almost catch, Jenny says. Thank you, Jenny. I think she's rooting for the Cowboys tonight out of solidarity with me, which normally she just kind of rags on me and teases me and tries to fustigate me while I'm on the air.
Well, John, I really enjoyed your play-by-play announcing. It was quite good.
I enjoyed
Very nice.
you calling in, Jill. That was very kind of you. I liked your takes. It was fun hearing about
Thank you for having me.
the Bengals that you love, and Chad Ochocinco obviously being your all-time favorite Bengal.
Yep, I like him.
Well, I wish you the very
All
best.
right.
I know it's a tough season for you, but I wish you Merry Christmas all the same.
Thank you very much. You too. Merry Christmas.
And I'll talk to you soon, okay? You have a good night.
Okay. You too.
Bye.
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 What a sweet lady.
She's now that she's off the phone, she's very, very mean.
She's always been nice to me.
I'm gonna sign off of here and then end up legitimately getting my ass kicked, probably. That's when I told her when we got done the last time. I was like, yeah, everybody thinks that you beat me now.
Everyone thinks that what? I'm sorry.
That she beats me.
Oh, well, no one's beating you. Why would you even say that?
Why would you even incur those things?
Why would you even say that out loud? What a thing to say.
She's still in the chat in all capitals, erroneous.
Erroneous. If you want, Keith, I could throw up a graphic so that we can take a quick break and come back here in a little bit.
Let's do it.
Would that be okay?
That would be lovely.
All right, folks, just to remind you, before we take a break, you can catch Kiefer here on this channel on One More and I'm Out of Here. When's your next episode, Keith? Just in case we lose them on the other side.
We actually don't have anything. We're going to get through the holidays first.
Holidays first. I'm also the host of a show called Hard Time that has an episode that will drop tomorrow. So if you listen to podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen, make sure you listen to that. We'll be right back. Should I play some music, Keith?
Yeah. Play some. You got Christmas music?
I just have whatever's already loaded into
okay, sounds good.
Yard.
It sounds good.
Here we go. They're all awful.
I was just saying, while that I didn't know while that was playing, if we could hear each other.
Rock music, guys. All right, Keith, I'll be back.
All right.
And I'm back. I'm back. I just came back for the rock music. I'm back, everyone. It's the show of stuff going on. Hope you enjoyed that rock interlude. It's the free music. Looks like Kiefer's back too. Kiefer, you ready to be back on the show? Yeah, I'll let him decide when he wants to come back. Appreciate everybody who's watching us live tonight.
I'm back.
As we watch the Cowboys game. Kind of surprised. Keith, are you surprised all at the score?
I'm disappointed.
Can I ask why you're disappointed? You're not just happy for me?
Well, I mean, only because I picked them. I picked Tampa Bay. But you have nothing to live for with the Cowboys. So even though
it's fun to just watch them win a game. Can I just enjoy it just for a game?
No, and I'm completely on board with it. But we both picked the Bucs, so we're both getting screwed on this one. So it's definitely a different outcome than I was thinking.
It kind of makes you suggests that maybe the Buccaneers aren't that good of a team, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think that the Cowboys are just on sort of a comeback? Like what's happening here?
All right,
the Cowboys aren't playing badly.
So Mayfield 14 for shit. They just took the graphic off. 14 for 19, and Cooper Rush had more attempts. Oh shit! I wish I would throw that graphic back up. You might have it. I can't. See, now you're back ahead of me, which is funny.
I don't know. I'm not even watching that one.
It's crazy how that works, though. Like with streaming.
What I could see is the graphic about CeeDee Lamb, first player in Cowboys something history to do something, and then Bucky Irving. That's what I'm seeing there.
I'm glad CeeDee Lamb's okay, because it looked like he got fucked up there for a second, but I'm glad he's all right.
Kicking off the second half, Bucs returned the ball. Looks like they ran it all the way to about the 37. Again, it hasn't started up where I can actually look and see the game. They're only just now doing the kickoff up there. So,
hey, by the way, today, I don't know if you saw, probably didn't. Our field goal kicker, not Money Mac McPherson, but Cade York, who we picked up because we benched McPherson, even though we just paid him, hit a 59-yard field goal today.
That's a pretty good kick. Good acquisition by the Bengals.
He didn't have much, maybe I would say maybe 65 yards. If he had to push it any further, it barely went over the bottom of the post, but 59-yarder just smoked it right down the middle. It was good.
Hey man, 3 points is 3 points.
That's right.
Looks like we're back with 7 watchers, which is more than we went with, so that's nice. Is Jill staying up, or did she go to bed?
She's still up there milling about.
She got to work in the morning.
Yeah, she does, and I go back to the firehouse tomorrow too.
Nice. I'm on vacation tomorrow. I've got coffee break for Com Center members. If you want to watch the show where I just show memes and stuff, that's what that is. So,
what time are you doing that?
I don't know. When I wake up.
All right. Fair enough.
Members know to just be on the lookout for a show for me on Monday morning. All of my members just constantly look at the phone. I've never ever seen you in the chats even one time, Keith.
That's erroneous as well.
On a Monday morning, I've never seen you.
Oh, on a Monday morning, yeah, most likely not.
I like how you won't straight up call me a liar. You're like, well, yeah, that's an erroneous fact.
You might see me tomorrow,
though. Yeah, if you want to.
I'll be at the firehouse, and I will be.
What I normally do is I get up, and then if there's any cool stories of dispatchers in the news, I share those. But I also just last week I threw up 60 memes. I just curate memes all the time, and so I just put up 60 memes. And I was thinking about for tomorrow's show that I would replay the best episode of Com Center, or a clip from the best episode of Com Center in the last year. And I think I have the clip picked out, so I might play that tomorrow.
Ooh.
Big surprise, the clips of me. I think I'm the best part of Com Center in the last year. It's not like Drew's greatest tirade or Drew's wisest insight or Drew's best take, or thank God we actually have a 30-year police detective on a show. No, it's me. Just me thinking I'm great.
Hey, I check your email because I emailed you something.
I saw that while I was sitting on the can. That movie is that Heat Misers from the movie The Year Without Santa Claus.
Yes. So I stand corrected in my original.
But that's all right. I not going to rub it in or anything. I'm just glad that I didn't like miss out on significant portions of Rudolph. I was like worried that like, did my parents keep this from me? Like, was there like a chapter of Rudolph that like got real dark and scary? And like, you're going to tell me there was multiple bad guys in Rudolph? Like the abominable snowman. Yes. But then there was this whole like heat miser thing that, I'm like, when I think about it, I've only ever watched it when it played on TV on CBS. Maybe when you buy like the VHS movie, maybe it's longer and it's the R-rated, like Richard Donner cut or something, where there's more bad guys in it. It's the heat miser cut.
I don't know why I associated it with that, but oh shit, yeah, David J's quite a bit ahead of us.
Don't ruin it, David J. Baker Mayfield's around midfield. He's going to throw a pass. That's where I am. I'm in the past. Oh, turnover, but the Bucs got it back. Fumble. That's too bad.
That's what I was trying to.
Stop it! Stop doing this! Don't do that to me. This whole thing is
Baker
Mayfield just trying to ruin the game for me. John, you'll never believe what happened. Send you the link to what? To the coffee break, Christy? I haven't created the show yet. There's no link to send yet. I'll create it. Don't worry. You'll get it. Jill says, I love the memes. I feel like I could have an entire conversation back and forth using only memes. Jill, have you ever watched my Monday morning show? Probably not, because you're like a professional. You're at work on Monday morning. But yeah, I just wrote memes.
It's funny. She's talking shit about me though, because she goes, Keith isn't awake on a Monday morning unless he's forced to be up for work. Not completely false.
Well, we're first responders. We got to respond at night and stuff.
But with her saying that she's like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed in the morning, that's not the case at all. I'll definitely try to because I think tomorrow we're in holiday mode anyway, so I'm gonna.
So you don't fight fires. It's the last week of December.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah,
this
will help them meet their deductible for the year.
Right. I go in tomorrow and potentially I'm going to get mandated for the first part of Christmas Eve, but then I'm off until the 4th. So
I'm actually on vacation. I only work 4 hours this week. There's 4 hours where I'm going to work this week just because why not? I'll work that day, but I'm going to be home podcasting tomorrow morning. I'll get hard time set up for the afternoon. I've got to edit another podcast that's going to be dropping later this week. And then unless this game tomorrow night's showing on ABC, I won't be able to watch that. Packers Saints. I may just watch a movie. I was thinking about something I haven't done in a long time is watch a movie marathon. I might do that. Keith, what's your favorite movie marathon to watch? If you're going to watch a whole bunch of movies in a row, what are you going to watch?
Ooh, that's good.
I know I'm good. I'm good at interviewing.
I would say Godfather.
I've never seen any of those movies.
Oh my God, you have to.
I've heard the second one and the third one aren't as good.
Yeah, I mean it just depends. I mean it depends on you have to watch it first, and then you can be like, oh, okay, maybe I'll agree to that train of thought.
People who are watching right now, we got a few people watching. If you're not in the chats, leave it in the comments. If you're going to be off around Christmas time, and let's say you're snowed in. I don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, but you're going to watch, say, 6 movies in a row. Which 6 are you going to watch? You're going to watch 6 Star Wars movies, 6 Harry Potter movies. You're going to watch the Back to the Future trilogy twice. What are you going to do?
So yeah, I could go with Harry Potter. I could go with Star Wars because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Rocky.
The Cowboys just recover a fumble. Come on, give me a signal, ref.
Baker's not happy. Baker wants a flag.
It's your guy, number 41, by the way.
He didn't have it.
Baker looks mad.
He's mad. He looks like
hot.
He's saying he got hit in the head.
It's Cowboys ball, 1st and 10. Yep, he got it while he was in bounds. Has he got control of it? I don't know. It's close.
I don't think he does.
If the Bengals just fumbled out of bounds, it's still their ball. Jill says Harry Potter's more Christmassy, so I would do that. My true heart lies with Fast and Furious. Wow, Jill, you and I are just not meant to be. I cannot watch those movies at all. The very first movie is this. This is the first movie. I'm going to do an impression of the first movie. Just one more job and we walk away forever. 9 more times, and then by the end they're like flying up and they're like shooting cars off of trains and flying into space. Christy says the Die Hard movies, there are about 6 of those, probably 4 of which are good. I need to watch Die Hard again. I should actually watch people were telling me for Comp Center I needed to review Die Hard 3. I think there's some 911 operating in that movie, maybe.
I'm trying to remember which one Die Hard 3 was.
It's the one with Sam Jackson, Simon Says. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Die Hard 2 is the one with the airport.
Yep. Die Hard 3, I thought Die Hard 3 was good.
Die Hard could be good. Keith, what 6 movies are you watching, did you say? Because Jill said Harry Potter or Living Her Life a Quarter Mile at a Time.
I could roll into the Rocky series as well.
Rocky. I like Rocky. Do you like the Creed movies too?
Yeah. They did a good job kind of doing that spinoff. I'm trying to think. Like Die Hard, definitely. I mean, that's always a classic.
For me, if I'm going to watch 6 movies and I want them to average out to be pretty good, I'm probably going to watch the first 6 Star Trek movies. That's what I'm going to watch.
That's why you and I can never be.
That's why you and I can never be together.
My dad watched Star Trek. Oh my God, it's terrible.
What's wrong with Star Trek?
I'm just not a fan.
Do you not get it?
Just not a fan.
I don't get Star Trek. Is it because it's pretty woke? I mean, if you wanted to say that, I would at least accept it as a legitimate criticism.
Yeah, I can't even. I'm trying to do it. Do the fucking Spock thing.
The fucking Spock thing. This guy hates Star Trek. The fucking Spock thing. Get out of here, you fucking Spock. Get out of here. Fumbled ball recovered by Dallas.
I can't believe they gave that to him.
Well, the call's been reversed. So it's back Buccaneers ball.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's too bad. That's so close. Yeah, he clearly doesn't have control of it.
He was humping the ball on the ground.
Hey, the ball started it. The ball came onto him.
The ball asked for it.
That's too bad. I could have really used, a nice thing happening.
Oh my God. Sorry.
What? I don't know what's happening.
Oh, you'll see it.
Nothing's happened yet.
The dude got lit up.
Well, I'm fine with that. I like him being lit up. You made me think that they were going to recover a fumble or something on the very next play. I like how we clearly have some discount Troy Polamalu player, by the way. Who the hell is that? Number 35? I don't know who that guy is.
Discount Troy Polamalu.
I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. I mean, great job on that. It was a good hit.
Oh, yeah, he smoked him.
We could have drafted Troy Polamalu on the Cowboys. It was either him or Jason Witten.
I think you guys did all right with Witten, though.
Yeah, but Troy Polamalu would be in our Ring of Honor by now, and we would have won a few more. We would have won a few more Super Bowls if we had Troy Polamalu.
Probably.
He's a generational talent. I know you probably hate watching him, playing him twice a year.
Jill said in the chat's question, could John call David J., who's apparently living in the future by a few seconds, to play some last-second sports bets?
I could do that. Jill, have you ever heard my whole spiel about how I won't call people in other time zones because I don't want to be responsible for altering the timeline? I started this whole jag about how I won't call my sister who lives in the mountain time zone because I'm like, well, what if I found out about the next 9/11 and then I was talking to you about it and it hadn't happened yet, and then you had to live with all this guilt because you only had an hour to stop it. And she goes, it's just like, if you don't want to call me, just say so. Don't come up with a sci-fi, high-minded, impossible concept reason why you shouldn't call me. Just say you don't want to talk to me. I said, well, because of the timeline, I'm responsible. I can't make the timeline.
Well, it's funny you brought up Back to the Future. Fucking When Biff takes the almanac, the sports almanac.
Yeah, it
Perfect.
sounds like you like Back to the Future, so maybe we could be together after all because it's a perfect movie.
I do like I like all the Back to the Futures.
Huge pass to number 80, who I don't know who that is. It's not Jonathan Mingo, is it?
Mm-mm.
Guys, there's a lot of players out. I don't know who.
I was gonna say Mingo's hurt, isn't he?
Probably, since we just acquired him. That makes sense.
Probably.
Yeah, I have no idea who the hell that is. That's not a first stringer. Good for him.
Dude, it's so funny.
That I don't know my own team.
No, it's so funny, like how I'm watching, like looking at your screen behind you.
Oh, that you're getting information from me in the future, but I'm in the past because I'm looking over here.
And sometimes
You just stop being cool and just face away from the camera.
sometimes it's faster and sometimes it's not. It's weird. I don't understand how that works. The space-time continuum is still screwing with us.
Run all different times. Yeah, here 88's hurt, and over here number 1's hurt. So it's just...
Who's the guy in a fucking fedora-ish cowboy hat-ish?
The guy with the cowboy, the guy who's wearing the actual cowboy hat, he's the team doctor.
Yeah. Well, he looks very debonair in his cowboy / fedora hat.
Yeah, he's the team doctor.
That's how you know you've arrived.
Well, it's how you know Jerry Jones takes everything very seriously as a Texas person.
This
know
guy,
that guy's like, well, we're gonna have to take him out and shoot him if he doesn't walk us off.
This goddamn team's the Cowboys, and I'll be goddamned if I don't have a cowboy as a doctor. Oh, let's see. I was gonna find. I had a question I was gonna ask you, and I've just now forgot it. Let's see where we at.
Sorry, I was just checking my messages. I'm a very important man.
I'm a very important man.
I have many leather-bound books.
What was it?
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Rich mahogany. That's what it is. That's what I was trying to remember.
Oh, Cooper Rush scrambling, throwing the ball to the blind side to no one. Good job. You look like you played for the Giants there. 4th and 6.
Oh, yeah. Joe brought up that the reel I sent you, the AI with Jerry Jones talking about Joe Burrow, having Joe Burrow talk and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, about how you sent him letters and stuff.
Fucking Jamar Chase. He says, oh, he gave us loose candies out of his pocket.
Some of those were their originals. Okay.
Right.
I won't say no to a Werther's. And it's up and it's good. It's Cowboys up 26-14. I'm going to go get some more cranberry. You got this for a few minutes?
I got it.
All right. Yeah, Michael Hendricks, we're still at it. I'll be right back.
And now it's John's turn to go take a shit.
I would never do that.
I would never, ever.
Never do that. I'll be right back.
Who's still in the chat? So Michael's back. David J still here. Joe Billy, I know, is still here. The weird thing being on this side of it is I don't have control of like actual StreamYard, so I can't like grab your comments and put them up on the screen because John doesn't give me that type of latitude. But whatever. Who did anybody else pick in this game? I know who Joe picked, but David J, Michael, anybody, and Falk, did you guys? Well, Falk, I know you don't follow the foosball. We'll figure out who picked Cowboys to lose or Tampa Bay. I think we said me and John both picked Tampa Bay. He should have picked the Cowboys, but he's not really a true fan. let's be honest. Since he's not here, we can talk about this. I feel like we're in a safe space. And Michael Hendricks, I will say, OHIO, my man. That was huge. I haven't seen the Buckeyes play that good in the first half, probably for the last 2 or 3 seasons, to be honest with you. But yeah, we needed that, and we need some revenge against the Oregon Ducks. So we'll see what happens. Yes, Falk, I still love you. You don't have to like the sports ball. Just tuning in with us and hanging out. We appreciate that more than you know. Let's see. You're muted.
I'm back. Anything cool happened while I was gone?
We talked some Buckeyes.
Yeah, they won last night.
They did. We're gonna have revenge against the Oregon Ducks in the Rose Bowl.
I watched Army Navy. Did you watch that game with Trump and Vance there?
Yeah, I watched the game. I didn't see. I saw them like up in the box, but I remember.
Didn't play.
Well, yeah, sure, I know.
Sorry,
but I remember the last time Trump went, like he walked out on the field with a couple generals, on the 50. I was hoping we'd see some of that, like with what I'm calling the A team, with everybody that he had there.
Yeah, his cadre that travels around now.
Yeah, I was hoping to like see all of them out there, like marching. I didn't get to see that, and I don't even know if that happened. But I saw him in the box.
I wanted Trump to play.
Just start taking snaps. He'd be like, "So, Q45 and 47.
It's gonna be the best touchdown ever. Very beautiful.
Yeah. It's gonna be excellent. It's gonna be excellent." I have a horrible fucking Trump imitation, but
it's not good. But you're still a good man.
but yeah, it was cool to see all of them there. And that game, I always try to watch that game just because of what it represents. I think we
should have live streamed that game. That game was a fun game. I mean, this one's fun too, but
yeah,
I always try to watch that one. Also, I actually put it on my calendar every year. I try not to miss it.
Oh, somebody's running off the field like they have to take a shit. I don't know who it is. The Tampa Bay guy.
Oh yeah, he's clearly hurt. His butt hurts.
His butt hurts.
He's leaving with the ball, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, sir,
don't play until I get back. It's like the school
we
yard
need to
game.
get back.
That's Ricky. What's his face? Bucky Irving, the running back for Tampa Bay.
Cool. And you're behind me again, so I'm not gonna say anything.
I always have to like turn around to find out what's going on. It's completely unfair that I have to watch the past.
Well, I'm trying to figure out who's, because you have 2 TVs. I've only got the one.
Well, this is actually on a computer, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
Old Baker was going for it on that one though. Man, he still has a fucking rifle.
Yeah, he's still good. The Browns were chumps for getting rid of him. He like broke his shoulder for that team. He was playing really hard. It was not his fault they did not succeed.
David J said, "Do you think Jerry Jones put the shades down?"
It is nighttime.
Michael, what do you mean by Joe Paterno?
Oh boy, what an old reference there, Joe Paterno.
I want to see where we're going with this.
Wasn't he a Penn State?
Yeah. Browns are terrible at every aspect of having a. You're definitely not wrong. Oh, this is a sports show. I'll ask you. Have you seen? And he's bringing up the Browns, but have you seen that movie Draft Day with Kevin Costner?
No, you told me to watch it, and I haven't watched it yet.
Good.
We'll do that in the off season where we'll just break down movies, just like what we're doing right now.
I like it. That's a good movie, and it kind of gives you a good insight of what's how those inner workings work. Let's see.
There's a whole bunch of sports movies that I wrote down that I still didn't get to watch. The Natural was another one you told me
Oh
to
my
get.
God, yeah, yep. Oh, Joe Paterno ran off the field with the same kind of quote unquote emergency that dementia Joe had in the post office. Oh my God. I'm not touching that just because he brought the Pope up.
Is Todd Bowles still the head coach of the Bucs? Is that who that is?
Ryan Day. Maybe for the rest of this year.
Well, they're 8-6 and they're in command of the division. I mean,
No, you said the Bucs. I thought you meant the Buckeyes. Sorry.
oh, I'm sorry. No, I did. I mean the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You see why it gets confusing? Because you're talking about the Bengals, and then I say Bucs, and you think I mean Buckeyes, but then I mean Buccaneers. Let's call the whole thing off.
I'm trying to remember. Is he? Shit. I think he is. Yeah, I think Bowles is still the coach. Yeah, he is. Had me kind of questioning myself for a second.
I want to find out who that discount Troy Polamalu guy is. I like him now.
Discount double check. All right, what we got? I don't know where you're at.
Where are we at?
This is one more, and I'm out of here.
See, are you actually saying it's your last beer for the night, or what are you saying?
Yeah. After this, then we'll sign off, or I'll sign off. You can keep if you want.
Oh, you're leaving?
Well, not yet.
Okay. Oh, Evan's got it knocked out of his arms. But you already knew. Everyone found out first. Take that, record.
Damn, he got lit up too.
You got checked hard.
I don't understand like how the day in and day out, and you go and just get repeatedly put into car crashes every day.
Well, you got to be a good athlete, but then you only last 3 years.
Right. Michael, I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be for Christmas. And Hachika, as you typed it.
It's a lot easier to get ready for Christmas when you have no love in your life.
Very, very true.
And I just, make people estranged from you, push them away. Gosh, what a good run back. Jesus, they're going to score on this one. What time do you work in the morning, Keith? I'm not keeping you up too late, am I?
No, I got to get up at 5:30, but.
Oh my gosh, I'd already be in bed if I was you.
Again, we're in holiday mode, so I don't think we're going to be doing a whole bunch of nonsense.
You realize that by saying that and by staying up late now, you're screwing yourself, right? You're going to have like the hardest shift of your life tomorrow.
Oh, it's fucking karma. It absolutely is. Graham Barton, 26th overall selection in the 24 draft. It's a center.
Got to stop him here, boys.
God, he's a big son of a bitch.
There you go. Third down.
it looked like they're like Mayfield like tripped and then like fell directly on his head.
He tried to jump. Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
You can use that jump question mark.
Jump.
That didn't work.
I don't know who that guy is either. Number 93. Never seen him before. There's a whole bunch of players playing tonight that I have no idea who they are.
He's a big fucker too.
He's huge.
Joseph.
He's a discount bus.
Yeah. Not gonna get it done. Not gonna get it done there.
Time to punt. Good job.
Let's see. Michael Hendricks said in the Browns' defense, at least they didn't fumble on the one because they were showing off running in and dropped the ball too early. And some of these idiots. Yep. We had
Cowboys have done that before too. Leon let.
And the Bengals did it last week. I can't remember. I don't even remember who the fuck was carrying or running the ball, but yeah, that was dumb. Who was that shit? I can't remember. He went to switch. He went to switch the ball like from this hand to this hand to get ready to celebrate, and then went whoop, and it just went right past. Boom, done. Ends up being a touchback.
Now it's a 9-point game. Tampa Bay up 17-26. Can the Cowboys hold them off for another quarter? Can Keith stay awake?
Are we is Kiefer going to be the big winner this week in the picks?
I think you are. I think so. I think you've won pretty handily.
I don't write the picks down. I let you have
I
it.
know you don't, but I remember my own picks. So let's go through that during the commercial break. I'm pretty sure. And actually, what's funny about this is that I keep the sheet where I keep all the scores down, and if everything for the year that's on a spreadsheet at work, so I don't have access to that right now. But I mean, I can access it this week, and I'll have it before we're back here.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, I for sure took the Chargers. You took the Broncos, so that's a win for you. I took the Chiefs, and you took the Texans. That's a win for me. We both picked the Steelers. It's a loss for us both. We both picked the Falcons. That's a win for both of us. We both picked the Lions. That's a win for us both. We both picked the Cardinals. That's a loss for us both. We both picked the Rams. That's a win for both of us. We both picked the Eagles. That's a loss for both of us. We both picked the Bengals. That's a win for both of us. I think we both picked the Colts, so that's a win.
Yeah.
Vikings, we both picked. Bills, we both picked. I believe we both picked the Raiders, didn't we?
I think so.
We wouldn't have picked the Jaguars. I picked the 49ers, and you picked the Dolphins, so that's a win for you.
Damn
it. And then we both picked the Bucs to win tonight, so another loss. So you're 3, 6, 9, 10. It's 10-9. It's actually closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Weird. But if everything goes the way that we think it'll go, that neither one of us gets credit for this game because I picked the Bucs to win, and the Packers win tomorrow night, you'll officially take the lead for the season. So yes. That's not official. I have to go to the spreadsheet.
Yeah. It's not legit.
Fucking Steelers, Jenny says. Fucking Steelers.
I agree. Fucking Steelers.
Now, she just says that to appeal to both of us because she knows that you and I both hate the Steelers.
Yes.
Appreciate that, Jenny. Thank you.
9-point game. I don't know that. I mean, the way the Buccaneers are playing, I don't know that they have enough to pull it out.
What do you mean by that?
For the Buccaneers to come back, the way they're playing, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of gusto.
Well, we'll see. You know, it really comes down to this Cowboys defense falling apart, getting tired.
CD Lamb.
And since I don't know any of them, like, how am I supposed to feel good about it? You know what I mean?
CD Lamb's got 100 yards.
That's a good game. Usually, we need a running game to go with that. I don't know if we're going to attempt any runs tonight. Maybe. But having 100 yards from Cooper Rush is very, very good. It means the offense has been efficient tonight. You can see Kevontae Turpin's back in the game. Oh, they are trying a running game. Trying being the operative word.
Trying.
They're trying. Rico Dowdle's had a couple of good games recently, but it looks like the Bucs are built to stop the run tonight.
Cooper Rush, actually, as we were talking about it when Jill was on, Cooper Rush could be Andy Dalton's younger brother.
They look kind of similar. Yeah. Again, more hatred for people with red hair, though. But he's got different red hair. His red hair is really more strawberry blonde, whereas, Andy Dalton, now it's heat miser. I really can't compare him to anybody else.
I'm glad you see it now. So everybody was calling him the Red Rifle here, and we're like, "Oh, Red Rocket," and everyone's like, "Dude, he's not a dog's dick. Come on."
I was gonna say Red Rocket is something else.
Fucking lipstick. So, John, I didn't ask you. Do you have to travel anywhere for the holidays?
Al, thank you for asking. Very sweet of you. I can tell you're a warrior. I have to go to Minneapolis on the other side of Christmas. I'll be leaving on Thursday. I was actually literally invited to go to George Floyd Square. Do I want to see like the birthplace of the end of society? No. Like this is where everyone gave up on policing. Right. No.
So Minneapolis.
So yeah, I'm going to go up there and see some family. Hopefully, just stay at home, not go downtown. And downtown Minneapolis used to be a fun place. Lots of restaurants. They connect all the buildings with like these skywalks so that you never have to go outside when you go downtown. Those are good places to get mugged.
So will you be there over Christmas, or is that after Christmas?
No, I'm leaving on Thursday, so that would be the 26th, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I'll be there. I'll come back probably Sunday morning. And as long as the weather's not too bad, won't be too much to report. But
you driving?
Yeah, I'll drive. It's only about 5 hours.
Okay.
Not too bad. I mean, there's always a chance that my car will break down and I'll be trapped in a small town where the mayor's been killed by a used car dealership and he's enslaving the entire town to make, stuff on Temu or whatever. Asbestos-based weapons for the Soviet Union. I mean, anything can happen out there in rural Minnesota. No one can hear you scream.
that or it ends up being like fucking planes, trains, and automobiles.
It'll be like that, but scary. Right. Yes. Oh, I love that scene where before they get to ride in the back of the truck, and he makes his wife lift up the luggage. She's tough. Her last child came out sideways.
So I started watching that the other day,
I love watching that movie, but it's a Thanksgiving movie, and I missed out on it this year. I did watch Home Alone last night, and I've seen Home Alone 30 times. I saw it in the theater. I still laugh out loud at that movie. There's this, and every year there's a new part that I'm laughing at. Like this year, the thing that I laughed at was like, Fuller, take it easy on the Pepsi. And he looks over at Macaulay Culkin because it's like he's really enjoying that Pepsi, and and Kevin knows he's gonna get peed on, and his face is just And so there was something about his face reaction this year that even though I've seen it, 30 times, I never laughed as hard at that this year. Just Kevin, just knowing that his cousin was going to peel over him all night long. I don't know. Every year there's a new part of that movie to enjoy. And you know what's funny is that if you watch that movie, there's stuff in there that you'll watch it a bunch of times and you won't notice until a rewatch. So he at one point, the burglars come by and he gets scared and he hides under the bed like the first time they try to get him. And this is after he's spent the day being alone. He made his family disappear. Mom, Dad, I'm eating ice cream and watching rubbish. You better come out and stop me. Well, at one point, he's really having a good day, and he's jumping up and down in his parents' bed eating popcorn, getting the popcorn everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
So then when he goes outside, and he goes, and he's not afraid of the burglars anymore. So he goes outside to confront the world. He says, you hear me? I said I'm not afraid anymore. So then he sees old man Marley, who's just like shoveling the walk and who's giving him the crazy eyes, Ah! And he runs back inside. He runs under the bed or whatever where all the popcorn is and hides. And then later, he kind of comes out later. But later, all the popcorn's gone. So we don't see this because it goes over to Kevin's family in Europe trying to come home. But while he's hiding under the bed, he ate all the popcorn off the floor. It's just one little thing that you never notice unless you watch it 30 times.
And now, because we haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure we will. Because that's tradition movies that we try to watch. I will be looking for that one.
There you go. So watch it when he goes and hides under the bed. There's popcorn under the bed, and then later when he decides to come out, all the popcorn's gone.
There's another one. I don't know if you've seen it. I know this is sports show, football show, but there's flags fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Movie with Ryan Reynolds. Jill's Hall Pass. It's called Spirited. I don't know if you saw it. It's actually pretty good.
Spirited? No, I have not seen.
It kind of takes the a Christmas story type, or not a Christmas story. What Jacob Marley?
Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol. It's kind of a take on that, but it was pretty good. But yeah, we have the staples. Christmas Vacation, Home Alone. We try to hit all those.
Did you see Bill Murray in an adaptation of the same thing? That movie's called Scrooged. Have you ever seen that one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love Scrooged. Yeah, that's a great one.
Other than that, I'm a big sap for It's a Wonderful Life. I admit it. I cry every time. And you know what? You're not going to approve of that. But
I haven't seen it in forever.
It's a Wonderful Life is also one of those movies that has a lot going on. There's a lot of characters in that movie. And they all kind of have their own little life going on. And so when you watch it through and you kind of see all these background characters, some of them are very, very, very funny. But there's this one line that I just can't believe is in this movie because, of course, this movie came out in like 1946 or something, 47. There's a scene where George Bailey is going over to visit Mary, and he's upset because nothing's working out for him. He's having to put his dreams on hold for other people, and he's going over to see Mary. But he's just upset, and Mary's very happy to see him because she's been away at college and she's come home. George is not happy, and he's just not in a good mood. But Mary's mom hates George a lot. She doesn't want him to marry George. Sees George as a loser because, of course, he's kind of a loser. He doesn't get anywhere in life because he puts other people first.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but Mary's mom is a big busybody, and of course, they get married later in the movie at the wedding. Mary's mother is crying, and she's just so sad that her daughter married George Bailey. But if you're not paying attention, you never notice it. It's not part of the movie. But she's so sad that her daughter married George Bailey. But anyway, they're downstairs, and George is just getting ready to leave, and they're not even getting along. But Mary's just so sick of her mom, and her mom calls down, "Mary, what are you doing down there?" And she goes, "I'm with George Bailey." And she goes, "Oh, George Bailey, what does he want?" And he goes, "He's making violent love to me, mother." It's just like, this movie's 1947, and she's calling up to her mom that George Bailey's downstairs making violent love to her. And it's just like, it's hilarious. And I don't know. There's lots of moments like that in that movie. People always remember it for kind of being this like sappy sweet movie or whatever, but it definitely has its parts that are just straight up hilarious. And if you watch it all the way through and you watch it a couple times, you catch some stuff. It's not all just about Clarence kind of being a dope or whatever. There's even the scene with Old Man Gower, how Old Man Gower finds out that his son died of influenza in 1919 or whatever it was, and he accidentally puts the wrong pills, and George bails him out from accidentally poisoning somebody, and George keeps his secret for the rest of his life. I don't know. I always get teary at that. I just think it's a great movie. I think it's totally underrated. And it wasn't commercially successful when it came out either. Nobody liked that movie. And case in point, the reason why you see it everywhere now is because the copyright on it lapsed. Republic Pictures went under, and the people who bought out Republic Pictures, just like they didn't care enough to go down to the copyright office and say like, hey, just so you know, we're renewing our copyright on It's a Wonderful Life this year. You know, they have to pay for their trademark or whatever. So it lapsed. So all these TV stations could show up for free. They don't have to pay royalties on it to anybody. Nobody gets paid from it anymore. And so since every station could show it and it could be shown all the time, then it became a cheap way for the TV stations to fill up programming hours because they can just sell commercials. It's 100% profit because they don't have to pay anything for the movie. And it just got shown enough that it kind of became a classic.
That's interesting, though. I didn't know that part of it.
Well, I know the stupid parts of everything about life.
It's probably been a good 10 years since I've actually watched it, but I'll make sure I watch it before the whole Christmas.
It's a good movie, and for people like you, firemen who don't have anything going on inside of them, you're dead inside. You know, I don't know if it'll affect you or not. Who can say? But for real human beings, you know, it's always very touching.
That is a classic, though.
Yeah,
we do every year here in Cincinnati. We've got a acting troupe or whatever, but it's called Playhouse in the Park, and they do A Christmas Carol. And I've yet, my life here in Cincinnati, I've yet to go see it, but I've heard it's great. But I love live theater.
Do you really?
I'd love to go see that.
That's kind of surprising.
That shocks you? I love going to plays. I love it.
That's cool. I didn't, they're not really my thing, but if you like them, that's cool. I wouldn't have guessed. That's all.
Yeah. So they do A Christmas Carol every year, but then like I said, Joe got me Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets for my birthday.
That's the only trans I want for Christmas.
That's exactly right. But I had never seen them. That thing was absolutely phenomenal. Just fucking bonkers with music and lights and theatrics, and it was amazing. But so I want that to be a new Christmas tradition, is try to go to that every year as well.
I have never seen them in real life, so I'll have to try it out sometime. We always in school we would frequently go to the Nutcracker Ballet. For some reason that was always playing in Virginia, and so the Sugar Plum Fairies and all that I got to see quite a bit. The Buccaneers do not look very strong. They did just get a first down. They're slowly coming out of their side of the field. Baker Mayfield trying to get people to pay attention and play football.
And Baker Mayfield just got raped. Holy shit.
I like how you just will not let the show.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. I just saw that takedown. Boom. Who are these guys? They're saying it's a turnover. I guess not. But I don't even recognize any of these guys on defense. A lot of these. Oh, it's Cowboys ball. Hot damn. How about them Cowboys? Hot damn. How about them Cowboys? That's me annoying people. If you were ever
he got slammed hard.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
Boom.
Oh,
Donovan Wilson.
Baker's an angry little elf right now.
Well, his face has been red all night. Oh man, yeah, he's sad. You look sad, little Baker Mayfield.
He's still on the field though, so
Well, this is huge though because this is the Cowboys' opportunity to turn it over in the red zone. Yeah, Wilson's saying something's his fault. So did they reverse their own call? Like, what's going on here? What are they doing? Why is the Buccaneers offense still on? They gave it to the Cowboys. I saw them do it.
Yep,
This is what happens when I don't listen to the game. I can be gaslit by my own hopes.
Still,
was it a roughing the passer call or what? What else could it be?
I don't know that. Well, shit.
But I didn't see a flag thrown at any point. It's 2nd and 14, so it wasn't even a penalty. So what happened there? They're just saying he was down by contact, or
yeah,
what?
I think they're saying he was down, but when the ball like scrummed loose a little bit.
Okay, so they reviewed it because it was a turnover. They review all turnover plays and just decided it was down by contact.
Yeah,
still a nice play.
Oh, it's third down. Mayfield got smoked.
I liked seeing that. That made me happy.
It made me happy.
Well, very little does. And it's nothing against Baker Mayfield. I just want the Cowboys to win. I actually like Baker Mayfield as a player.
I think he's been, once Brady was done and retired, I think that I think Mayfield was a good choice for them. And he's got good command of the locker room. I mean, I know most of the players. Yeah, I've seen interviews and whatever. They respect him and appreciate him. And that one dude in the Guardian cap is still driving me.
Yeah, he's driving me nuts. I don't like him. Baker Mayfield, he's the fact that Tom Brady hates him, there's enough reason for me to like him. But he's had a career that has kept him very humble, but he's also played well. So he's almost kind of I don't know. You don't want to. Everyone knows who he is, so it's not like he's a sleeper or anything. But he's kind of an underdog. He's not someone who's very easy to hate. I don't know.
Although I did get tired.
I respect him as a player.
I did get tired of when he was with the Browns. I don't know if it was
all the progressive commercials.
Yes, yeah, where he's like living in the stadium.
Oh, those were cool.
I got tired of them though.
I know you did. Well, you got to see a lot more of them than I did. I'm sure. Sure, the Browns are on all the time in your market. So I told you at the beginning of the season, I saw the Cowboys playing the Browns. And I thought, like, why are they playing a college team? Who is this team? Because I've never seen the Browns play. That's what it's like for me.
Do you remember Mike Allstott?
Yeah,
dude, that guy was an absolute beast for the Bucs.
They call him the A Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought an Allstott jersey for my buddy actually when I was down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I got him the creamsicle one. Forced him to wear it. If you're going to be a Buccaneers fan, you have to lead into the most shameful part. Your 0-26 start and your creamsicle uniforms. And the funniest part is that the creamsicle uniforms all throughout the 90s were like everybody's making fun of them, but now they're like cool again. So I should have asked Jill who she thinks is the best dressed team in the NFL. She would have just said Bengals, though, wouldn't she?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe not.
Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Best look.
That jersey combo is pretty legit.
I don't know why they don't wear them all year round. I mean, I know they got rid of them at one point in the like 1965 or something, so they've been gone for a long time. But I don't know.
The fact that you have to, everything's got to go through the NFL, and I get that. But like,
well, they went away for so long back when they went through the period of time where they could only have one helmet, so that was just the silver helmet years.
But like when they do, like each team does their color rush, jersey helmet combos. So now I think they're allowed. I think they're allowed 3.
I think they're allowed 3. Yeah.
Like the Bengals whiteout ones are pretty. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, they don't. It's kind of a Siegfried and Roy type look, though, don't you think?
It is. What I want to see is a black helmet with orange stripes,
just like a real tiger.
So just inverse because right now our helmet's orange with black stripes. inverse it. I think that would be badass. But
I see what you're saying, but again, a tiger is not black with orange stripes.
correct.
All right, just as long as we understand each other.
I agree.
It would still be a cool look. You're allowed to do things. Here's the Cowboys' best look, in my opinion.
No, I do. I love that uniform collaboration. Because those are white. They're wearing white pants with that, right?
Yep, white pants. Yep. Yeah. Actually, do you want to know a fun story? Since we have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I own. There's a center for the Cowboys. Played many years. His name's Andre Gerard. I own his pants. I have his pants. I own his pants. Pants he played in the game. He wore in a game. He wore Thanksgiving Day pants. I looked for him to wear today, and the only reason I couldn't find him is because I moved to this house. But I thought about it like, man, I'm going to be standing up and walking in front of the camera. These pants, these football pants, they don't hide my thunder at all. They're probably good luck.
They don't hide my thunder.
They don't. They put it on display. It's like a little saucer with a carrot and 2 radishes when I wear those things.
So Friday night we went.
I like how you just move on. You don't care.
No. It ties in. Friday night we went to with some friends of ours to this pop-up Christmas bar. So you buy tickets, you're in there for an hour and a half. You get 2 drinks with your tickets, and you can get more if you want. But it's Christmas threw up in this bar. Wrapping paper, it's a fireman's nightmare. Fucking all kinds of electric and fucking wrapping paper all over the walls. But Jill had bought her and I a Buddy the Elf and a Jovi costume. And she was like, "Oh, you should wear that. You should wear that." And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I'm going to need a carrot and fucking 2 potatoes to put in this fucking tights because it's going to be cold as fuck while we're standing out there waiting. I was like, I don't need to be embarrassed. So I ended up just wearing her dad or her mom gave me her dad's like one of his ugly sweaters. They had like Rudolph on it, and then like she gave me one of his top hats to wear. So I didn't have the balls to do the Buddy the Elf thing, but I was this close to doing it. But when you said fucking a carrot and fucking 2 radishes, it made me laugh.
A little baby carrot. Michael Hendricks says, my son. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's not go nuts. My son watched tackle this year and decided to watch the NFL. He played tackle this year. He has no team because I was raised a Browns fan and stopped with the kneeling. Okay. Anyway, he said maybe the Chiefs. I steered him to Cincinnati. You saved your son. Don't let him watch the Chiefs.
That a boy, Michael.
A lot of the players who are kneeling are gone now. That was some years ago. Average lifespan of an NFL player is 3 years. So I just want you to know that a lot of those people that you don't appreciate are gone. Just something to think about. Doesn't mean you have to come back, but I just thought you should think about it, that a lot of those people who thought they were making a statement, they're working at Hardee's now, so it's over.
It's over.
Over. A lot of them still around though too, probably.
I do love the fact that some of these owners / GM / head coaches said, if you're going to kneel, you're not going to be on my team, and I don't care. You can go. You can just go do whatever you want to do. Chase your dreams, but
there wasn't too much of that on the Cowboys, and I think it's because Jerry Jones actually locks down these players quite a bit, like the way Dak Prescott has to wear long sleeves because he has tattoos. I think he doesn't put up with too much shit, if you can believe that. I don't think there was too much kneeling. I mean, there was only so much that he could prevent. Like I remember Ezekiel Elliott wearing a Black Lives Matter helmet or whatever, but I don't remember there being a lot of kneeling. He did the whole thing like, oh, we're going to walk out with locked arms and stuff and do this whole thing. Like they tried to come up with like this, we're doing something because we have to do something, but it's not the same thing that everyone else is doing. That way we just confuse people rather than make them mad, which is a good alternative. It's what I do.
No, it's that whole period, and the fact how much have we heard about Kaepernick come in, oh, so and so should, whatever team should draft Kaepernick, blah 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 blah, and none of it comes to fruition. But it's all just a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Well, he's too old now, isn't he? Like,
Oh,
isn't he?
I would think. I mean, you being out of the game that long, yeah, it's definitely. Oh, he may not be old, but game wise, he's old. Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find it. I normally keep it on my phone, but there's a screenshot of one of his last games that I always just like to hold on to. Oh, I have it right here. I'm going to send it to myself because why not?
Well, why not?
Because why not? I'm doing an extra long show that just isn't really about much of anything. Case in point, we talked about Christmas movies for 20 minutes tonight. But I'm having fun. I don't know if you are.
Oh, this has been awesome.
It's nice to just hang out with friends and not worry too much about what's going on, especially because it's Christmas time.
Impromptu. We've never done it before, but maybe we'll. That's something we can do at least a couple times throughout the season.
Why isn't Cap signed? What do you think, Keith? 5 for 10, 33 yards, 4 interceptions.
Right.
This is when he got benched for Blake Bortles. And then everyone has been, ever since this game, everyone came out of the woodwork. They won't sign Kaepernick because they're blackballing him because of the racist stuff.
No,
Do you think it has to do with the fact that he went 5 for 10 for 33 yards and threw 4 interceptions? Everyone forgets this game. But you know who remembers? Pepperidge Farm remembers. I remember this game. Not letting you forget it. So with Jill though, did she decide who the sexiest player in the NFL was, and she decided that was Joe Burrow?
Yeah, I think she's sticking with Joe.
Okay, so she didn't see my audition tape.
I don't know if she's still on or not.
No one needs to see that ever again.
No, you need to send that to me.
I thought about maybe like, I had some free time this afternoon. I never have free time ever. Just time to like fucking do nothing. I'm like, maybe I'll make a weird or funny thumbnail. So like I put on my shoulder pads, and then I'm like, this is lame.
The fact that you have shoulder pads makes me giggle.
Yeah, you never know when you might get asked to play a pickup game of softball at the church with the high school kids, I play at full contact, guys. Oh, look at Baker running all the way down there and sliding. Running out of time, though. Using a bunch of time. They've only got 2 timeouts left. There's still 7 minutes to play, so still plenty of football.
Shit.
So they've got to score on this possession, I think. I think they're feeling a little bit desperate here. Oh, incomplete.
Mike Evans doesn't look happy.
No.
Damn you, Baker Mayfield. You're fucking up my picks.
Well, Keith, you got to get up early in the morning, and it looks like Dallas is going to win. I don't mind taking this out. If it gets crazy or exciting, I'll just call you, and you could just be on the phone, and you could just watch as you're laying out your firefighter, your bunker gear for tomorrow. But thank you for staying up late. No reason for you to hang around, particularly since this isn't, your deal. But I'll hang in there if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
And but you could go to sleep, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go shave my face and get all my shit together.
Yeah. Everybody, thanks so much for Jason Kiefer for hanging out tonight. We appreciate Keith, you being here and being the other half of this podcast. It's about to get weird and lonesome. But you know what? It's Christmas time, and I think people will relate to that. So I'll handle the rest of the game from here. We've only got 7 minutes to go with the flag down. I'll probably actually talk about the game. But Kiefer, you have a good night. Thanks for inviting me to be on your channel. We look forward to the next episode of One More and I'm Out of Here, whenever that will be.
Yeah, it'll probably sometime between Christmas and New Year's. Not exactly sure when, but want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and hopefully everybody gets all the gifts that you wanted, or just have the gift of life and love. There you go. Yeah. How's that?
All right, Keith, you have a Merry Christmas, buddy. I love you.
All right, buddy. I love you. See you.
Good night. And now it's me. Now it's my turn. I will do football. All right, guys. I'm going to take you to the game through the end of the game. Kiefer wants to go to bed, which is fine. The Bucs are driving. They're deep in their own territory. It's 2nd and 10 for a long bomb. Number 10, somebody catches it around midfield. I don't know who that guy's name is. But looks like Mayfield's in hurry-up mode. They've got to score on this possession. Otherwise, the Cowboys are going to be able to stall out the clock and stop them. So it comes down here. Dallas defense really needs to keep them out of the end zone. If they're able to score a touchdown, it's going to be much more of a struggle here. So Baker Mayfield feeling the pressure. 1st and 10. He also throws it way down again. Oh, man, what do we got? Incomplete. Oh, it's a turnover. Hot damn. How about them Cowboys? Hot damn. Yes. Cowboys will take over. This is a huge loss. Huge loss for the Buccaneers. Cowboys are going to be able to go a long way towards controlling the offense and the tempo of this game. As long as they don't just go 3 and out, as long as they can keep an efficient offense moving, they'll control much of the game left to be played. They could go down and score again. They'll keep it from becoming a one-score game for sure, but we'll see what they could do on this possession. They're going to start at their own 25, I believe, with the touchback, so good job. Baker Mayfield getting too aggressive with his throws, being pressured into making bad decisions, throws it into the end zone for what he was trying to get a touchdown. At first, I thought it was a touchdown, and then it looks like it was an interception. So good job to number 2. Again, I don't know who that is. It's surprising. You know what I didn't expect that I would have to do for this game? If this was a normal game that was going on the beginning of the season, I would know the players, and I would know their numbers, and I would know who the hell they are. But we just have such incredible losses on the defensive side. Doesn't seem to be bothering the Cowboys at all tonight, though. With even with their backup players, they're still doing just great. I'll play this clip again of Joe Burrow from earlier today, just to entertain you.
It collapses. Burrow stumbling and just masterfully gets it to Higgins. Just otherworldly. Oh, pocket.
Just an otherworldly pass from Joe Burrow. We're still in a commercial break. I'll talk about what's going on with me and various other things. Got a show tomorrow, coffee break for those of you who are members of Com Center. It's for members only. It's a Monday morning show where I talk about news and memes, and I try to face the day. We call it memes and more for the worst day of the week. So if you are here tomorrow morning, if you're awake tomorrow morning, look on the Com Center channel. That's where you can find me doing my own show. It's like this, only slightly more interesting, I think. Keith says, Michael Hendricks says, check out Victim Strap sometime. My client. I don't know what to make out of that spelling. I don't know what we're looking at there. Jenny says, happy Honda days to you too. Some of my favorite people here tonight. Christy, Jenny, Foxy, Micah. Michael Hendricks, you're not one of my favorite people. I'm just kidding. Solidly, reliably here. I feel bad because, I think One Morning Out of Here has their own fans, Kiefer's fans, but when they see that I'm here, they just don't even watch. So I'm like a channel killer for the guy. Let's take a look at this again. They're doing a replay in front of me, and then we're live behind me. It's very much a mystery of why there's 2 different time frames around me. Cooper Rush throwing it there, and it was almost picked off by the Buccaneers. Close. And they're just now showing that play in front of me. So very close to being picked off there, but it didn't happen. That would have been a game breaker for the Cowboys. It would have put the Buccaneers back in better position than when they lost the ball. Cowboys are trying to run the ball, obviously, here on this next play. Trying to run down the clock with Rico Dowdle, but he's up against stiff competition from the Bucs tonight. Having a really hard time running through it. The Cowboys offensive line not really able to open up any seams for him to run through. He's running in through into a brick wall from the Buccaneers tonight. He really needs to be able to move that ball. Really 3 or 4 yards every attempt to kind of keep control of the ball. This means that Rush, who's now under center, is going to be handing it off again. He tries to run through. Again, only 2 yards. This is just not going to do it. The Cowboys now facing 3rd and 8, which is not a manageable down to be in if they're trying to control the game clock. They're going to be turning over the ball here at some point if they can't become more efficient on offense, which means they've got to probably pass in this situation. If they haven't been having successful runs, it's time for a nice completion. You would think a nice screen or slant or something like that, but we'll see what they do here. And here, we're already ahead 4th and 2, so they're punting. That's what I get for being in 2 different time frames. So disappointing that the Cowboys would take possession of the ball and not do anything with it. It's frustrating, but it's also really typical Cowboys. Cowboys up to punt. So the Buccaneers will take over with a little bit less than 5 minutes left to play. Still plenty of time. Could go either way. It's just really irritating. Like, why can't that one be in the future? I have to turn around and look behind me. Looks like a flag on Tampa Bay returning the ball. They'll be pushed back a little bit. They'll start deep in their own territory. First down. But this is kind of an ideal situation too for Mike Evans, who's trying to get passing yards, rack those up tonight to try to meet Jerry Rice's record. On the other hand, these passing situations and being desperate for time and completions and scoring on this possession is what put Baker Mayfield in a position where he was making bad choices before. So we'll see if he can settle his tits and make better decisions as we head towards the last 5 minutes of the game. Should I put on music? I had that rock music on earlier. Somebody wants to call into the show. Now would be a good time since I'm by myself. You can call in again if you want. 757-231-6916. 757-231-6916. You guys ever get into long fights on Instagram? Just got a notification from someone I was fighting with like a month ago. They left a stupid comment about the police, and I told them they were idiots and got into a long back and forth, and just got a comment from someone else who was agreeing with me from like a month ago. I admit I get sucked into those things, and I'm kind of a chump. I'll go back and forth with people. I don't know why I do that. You'd think I would learn my lesson, but I never do. I never learn my lesson. Nationwide commercials, Coke commercials. I used to know some cool factoids about Coca-Cola and its association with Christmas. I think it's that Santa is known for having his red and white costume because that's just how he dressed in Coca-Cola commercials, because Coca-Cola's colors are red and white. I think that's how we all got the universal idea of what Santa looked like was from Coca-Cola commercials, in case you ever wondered. Maybe most of you people know that. Oh, the game will resume shortly. They keep showing like this picture of what looks like Tampa Bay, but they're playing in Dallas. I don't know why they keep doing that. Looks like if they win tonight, the Buccaneers have a 90% chance of making the playoffs, and it drops significantly if they don't win. Tampa Bay, they're going to be playing Atlanta next, or Carolina, and I should say the Saints next to finish off the division. Baker Mayfield deep in his own territory, having to make long passes. Still not going out of bounds, though, so the clock's running. We're going into the 2-minute offense here, even with 4.5 minutes left. The Cowboys are ahead by 9. 2-possession game. Mayfield not under too much pressure. Cowboys are kind of going to a spread out prevent defense. Mayfield, I think, able to make the first down there. 1st and 10. Yeah, the prevent defense right now is at this point is their goal is to keep the Buccaneers from running to the outside. So you'll see that they're kind of funneling the ball forward, getting players like Evans, who just got another big catch, funneling them forward, but not letting them stop the clock. They can get them to go down the field, but then have to settle for a field goal. Like here where Mayfield is running, this will also not stop the clock. That will help run out the game. Even if Tampa Bay is able to get down the field and even score a touchdown and get an extra point, as long as Dallas can manage the way that they do that in a costly manner in terms of time, the Buccaneers would have to have 2 possessions in order to do that. So the best way that they could do that is by getting a touchdown, an extra point, and then by driving, hopefully down the field to get a field goal. That is certainly their strategy at this point. The Cowboys hoping to just stop the drive. But the problem is with this prevent defense is that it allows the Buccaneers to move the ball pretty well. Hopefully they can start putting more pressure on Mayfield so he starts making mistakes again. You can see that the Buccaneers are throwing to the outside to stop the clock. 2nd down, 3:10 left to go. That Grinch costume was legit. Did you notice that the Grinch has been at every single NFL game this weekend, Jill? People will call in now that I'm off. Nobody's calling. We got 11 watchers now. We didn't have 11 all night long, and now people are watching now that I'm by myself. Folks, Kiefer was here earlier tonight. He missed a hell of a show. He had to go to bed. He's got to fight fires early in the morning, so I'm just trying to kind of comment out the last 3.5 minutes of the game. 1st and 10, Buccaneers convert again, maintain the ball. 3 minutes to go. Can Dallas stop them? Going into a prevent defense, taking the pressure off of Baker Mayfield. Baker, on his last possession, his last drive, was making costly mistakes, ended the last drive in a turnover and an interception. Clock continues to run as he was not able to get out of bounds. The last thing I want to see here is the Cowboys having an injury timeout. Looks like that may be where we're at. Of course, it would give the Cowboys defense a chance to rest. Oh, but seeing what happened to his leg does not make me happy. See if we can see it again from another angle. Didn't look as bad that time. An injury stop. Hopefully that'll help the defense a little bit. Sometimes on these up-tempo offensive drives, the defense gets a little bit gassed because they're running all over the place. I'm sure that was sort of the goal of the up-tempo offense, but now they're going to be able to slow it down a little bit. But I'd rather have this player in than have a slowed down drive. 2nd and 4. They're checking them out. You can see the Cowboys team doctor there with the hat. Parsons takes a knee as he watches. Defense gets ready to play again. All right, looks like he's walking off the field, which is a good sign, but now we've got another player, and who I've never seen before, number 25, some guy named Booth. I don't know. But the Buccaneers are well within striking distance. They're in the red zone. Starting at the 12-yard line. Hopefully Dallas can stop them here for 2 more and keep them from scoring a touchdown. Control the clock. Unfortunately, they just gave him a touchdown rather easy. So for us to manage this situation, the Cowboys are going to have to really score a touchdown on this possession to make it a safe game. It's now 23-26. I wonder if the Bucs will go for 2. Analytics would probably say go for 2 on this one. But I don't know. Maybe not. Not if only you can win with a field goal. If you can make this extra point and then win with a field goal, I'd say don't go for it. Sure enough, they're going to kick the field goal. Chip shot from here. So it should be 24-26, heading into more of a nail-biter finishing, which is not where I wish we were. I wish we were enjoying that comfortable lead, but that's what happens. The Buccaneers are running out of time. They started making changes, becoming more desperate, becoming more aggressive, and that aggression has played off. Dallas's defense was unable to stop them, and now it's 24-26. Still well more than 2 minutes left to play in the game. Celebrating a touchdown there. Good for them. If you want to call into the show, you can call in. You can call 757-231-6916. 757-231-6916. If you wanted to call in, you are allowed to do that. That's allowed. Sorry, I'm just getting several texts here. Ironically, the best part, for Kiefer to be here would have been the end of the game. This would have been the exciting part where we actually talked about the game. The boring parts there where not a lot of scoring was going on during the third and fourth quarter. Kiefer didn't need to be here for that. But the funny thing about the end of the game is they always put it at the end. So there's not much you can do about that. All right. They're going to kick off to the Cowboys. The Cowboys have to maintain control of this game for the last 2.5 minutes. They're going to have an efficient offense. Do not lose possession of the ball. What this comes down to probably is going to be an efficient running game. You don't want to be throwing passes over the place, having good interceptions. You don't want fumbles. You don't want to be handing it off to Rico Dowdle in the backfield. That offensive line has got to step up. They've got to open some seams for him to run through, and we've got to be getting 3 or 4 yards per play. Just keep it rolling, even if it's slow. Stay in bounds. Do not stop the clock. Tampa Bay does have 2 timeouts that they're going to utilize to their advantage to try to stop the clock at advantageous times. There's also the 2-minute warning. So the Cowboys have got to keep this ball moving downfield. There's no choice. And really, realistically, with this much time left on the clock, they've got to go down and score. They've got to get something. Looks like they gave the ball to Kevontae Turpin for a small loss. Again, he's a fast guy. They try to give it to him so he can run these curl routes out of the backfield. Try to build up enough speed to run past people. He's just not a big player. He can't do that. Originally, these plays with Kevontae Turpin, the speed guy, these were gadget plays. They're relying on them more and more and more as their offense has fallen apart this season. And they just don't really work because he's just not heavy enough. CeeDee Lamb to the outside. He's going down in bounds because he wants to keep that clock going. Force Tampa Bay to use those timeouts, which it looks like there's only 1 timeout remaining. And we're going to be heading towards the 2-minute warning here. But it's already 3rd and 6. Cowboys are not being efficient on offense. They've got to get it going. They've got to convert this first down on the other side of the 2-minute warning. The last thing you want to be doing is relying on your defense for this. Baker Mayfield is talented enough to move the ball down the field and put it into the toes of the kicker, and he'll be able to score a game-winning touchdown. Field goal. Nobody calling in. You can call in 757-231-6916 to be with me as I watch the Cowboys win or the Cowboys lose. You can see it how it goes either way. I've definitely never watched the end of a game live on the internet before, and I'm not usually like this pleasant to be around. Usually way more tense. The one thing that does help me out in this situation is that the game's really for no reason. Cowboys were eliminated from playoff contention earlier today by the Redskins beating the Eagles. And so nothing really to play for at this point other than team pride, other than the sake of winning the game itself. So if they lose tonight, it's not really going to be sad. It's not going to be a big deal for me. But I like seeing this these defensive players out there, these guys that I've never seen before, doing fairly well and doing stuff that I wouldn't expect them to do. They're doing okay. 3rd and 6. It looks like they're going to be just short. Oh, and they fumbled the ball. Gosh, damn it. That's the game. If they give it to the Buccaneers there. Let's see if they don't say he was down by contact or if it was incomplete. If they turn over the ball here, though, the Buccaneers will win the game. Judging from Mike McCarthy's reaction and Cooper Rush taking off his helmet, I'm guessing that the Buccaneers are going to win the game. That is exactly what I called, by the way. I said that they would be pressured into dangerous passing situations because they wouldn't be able to run an efficient running game. They just simply would not be able to get 3 or 4 yards on every rush to keep that offense moving, to keep the clock winding down. They would resort to a passing situation, and a passing situation that would result in a turnover. I think I called it. That's kind of the one cool thing about being a Cowboys fan all my entire life is that I can see how they're going to lose. I almost kind of get this prognosticatory sense, but the running game just wasn't there all night. They threw it outside to the left to the tight end, Jake Ferguson. Looks like he caught it, and then he fumbled possession of it, or it was stripped away from him before he was down by contact. If you ask me, he's down by contact, so we'll see. Maybe they'll throw a challenge flag on it. Looks like maybe that's what they ruled because it's 4th and 2. And it looks like Brian Anger, the Cowboys punter, is out there. So they did rule him down by contact. Again, I'm having to watch this past version because I don't want to break my neck looking behind me, but Cowboys punting on 4th and 2. So now it comes down to the Cowboys defense to try to stop Tampa Bay from going down and doing it again. Tampa Bay only has to get it within field goal range because it's within 2 points. So reasonably, if they can get down to the 50, 40-yard line, 45, they could kick a long field goal and they could get it in there. So we'll see. I would be surprised at this point if the Cowboys could pull it off. And then Keefe tomorrow is going to be like, what the fuck did I miss? How did I miss that? And I'll have to explain it to him. Buccaneers have never won a game by trailing by more than 9 points with under 3 minutes remaining. That sounds like a record that was meant to be broken, and it was meant to be broken by the Cowboys. But we'll see if the defense can hold, if they can pull off a turnover, interception, or anything else that would get them. It looks like it already happened. It happened over here. What do we got? So Mayfield's running with the ball. So was it the exact same thing I just asked for? It looks like, the ball popped out, and it looks like the Cowboys were able to get it back. So I was able to predict what went wrong for the Cowboys, and I was able to predict what went wrong for the Buccaneers. No one is watching me right now, but I'm doing a great job guessing what will happen. So now the Cowboys have tremendous field position. I said I would be surprised if the Cowboys were able to pull it off. I said exactly what they needed to do is they needed to get the ball back, and they managed to do it. I just turn around because, like I said, my monitor behind me is further to the future than the one in front of me. I turn around behind me, and the ref's calling it for the Cowboys. So looks like the ball popped out before it was down. They were able to scramble for it, and the Cowboys get it back in very, very favorable field position. So what do we have here? Deron Bland pulling the ball out before he's down. Great job to the cornerback, Deron Bland. He's actually a tremendous cornerback. I like him very much. But now the Cowboys have to be very, very careful. Don't lose the ball. It'd be very, very easy to lose the ball, give it back to the Bucs in this situation. In my mind, worst case scenario, they turn it over and it's like a pick six. And the Buccaneers run it all the way back. If the Cowboys are smart, they're able to maintain possession of it here. They're just going to run down the clock as much as possible on this side of the 2-minute warning. And then I'll be happy if they win the game after kicking another field goal, because if they can go up by 3 points from here, make it 24-29, then Tampa Bay would be pretty much reliant on a Hail Mary touchdown. But the most important thing is to just control the ball. Looks like they're just going to go straight to victory formation, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay. Clock was still running that whole time, so we're done. Hey. Somehow the Cowboys won that game. That is shocking. Keith, you missed like a really good ending to that game. You know what's sad about the ending is that Mike McCarthy's going to keep his job because of this game. Look, watch the Cowboys do that when they stand up like that. That's the Landry move. That's a callback to the great Tom Landry in inventing 4-3 defense in New York. So congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys, an improbable win. Defense came through. I didn't think that they would, but good job to Deron Bland for stripping that ball. It's exactly what they needed. I'm glad that they didn't do anything stupid. They were able to just maintain possession of the ball. Baker Mayfield looks sad. All right, guys, I'm going to leave. I'm not a sportscaster. I'm not good at this. It's not my thing. But it was fun hanging out with you guys, and you get to watch me be happy that the Cowboys won. I wish I had – the one thing that I regret about this is that watching it like this is terrible. Next time I'm going to just do it one way or the other, because up here I'm watching it what I think is in real time, and then I turn around and like, oh, it's the Cowboys ball. I'm like, how did that happen? So everyone finds out, and I don't get to find out. I don't know how I can watch it on a computer here and the TV here and just be totally confused. So I don't know. But guys, tomorrow we've got Comm Center in the morning. Make sure you watch Comm Center. If you are a member, you'll get to see that show on Monday morning. Hard Time, an episode of my podcast drops on Spotify and wherever you can catch podcasts tomorrow. If you're a fan of Hard Time, I'd appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Follow that. Possibly some good content coming out this week, so watch that. Thanks for watching Illegal Shift this year. We just finished up the first year of Illegal Shift. Keith and I covering sports here on this channel. Thanks for putting up with me, those of you who did watch it. I appreciate you guys. So to Micah, to Jill, to Kiefer, David, Christy, everybody was watching, Jenny, I appreciate you guys. I could probably call the action better if I wasn't confused about what time frame I'm in. Very confusing. All right, guys, we'll catch you back here. Have a Merry Christmas. As far as Failure to Stop goes, I believe Eric's planning on having a show this Friday. So thanks, everybody, and have a good night.